What's going on, y'all? It's your boy BDaMan of the Bad Boys Podcast. We are live. We're live, pal. We're live, motherfuckers. Got my boy Mike Beasley with me, Tribal Uso in the house. Got my boy T Talks Wrestling with the fresh cut, our T Paquette, and the bro Unk, our Muppet Dame Dash Remy in the house. How we feeling, boys? How we feeling?
We're doing good. We're doing good, folks.
I'm ready. I'm ready to start talking crap about these people. You know me.
Oh Lord. Oh man. Well, man, Backlash was just last night. How are y'all feeling, man?
I thought it was a good show.
I feel like it's a step up from WrestleMania, which says a lot.
It was cool. You know, I've had better, but as last month showed us, we've also had worse.
Yes,
that's true.
I would put it was with Backlash. I would put it over night 1 of Mania.
I mean,
slightly beneath night 2 is what I would have it at personally.
I would say on par with night 2, and here's why: because there still were short matches on night 2. There were no short matches at Backlash. They gave those
every
time.
Yeah, every
to
match
breathe,
had time
to work.
Every match at Backlash got time.
Io and Asuka.
Io and Asuka was longer than the main event.
Yeah, it was.
And that match should have been on WrestleMania. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm with you. It should have.
Absolutely.
Yes, it should have.
Yes.
We were robbed. I
mean, there was a lot of matches on this card that should have been on WrestleMania. Like Seth, the opener, for instance, but the opener had an excuse as injuries, delayed that. So let's get into the show. You know, they had Backlash. They was in Tampa, Florida. Open the show. They opened the show with Seth Rollins going against Braun Breaker. Match that's been building for quite some time now. Vacation. Oh, there we go. Cool. Y'all need to be hearing bro every 5 seconds. But yeah.
What's up, Kayla?
Hey, what up, Kayla?
She's around here somewhere. I told her we were live recording.
Yeah, she popped up in the chat.
Oh, I see you now.
Oh, that's wonderful. But yeah, so they kicked off with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. This has been beef that's been building up for the better part of the last 6 months. Honestly, a full year if you think about when Rollins first brought Breaker into the vision and everything.
Yeah.
So it was a good match. There were a couple of spots where like things just didn't really go well. Like I was not a fan of like how like that first pedigree went down. Because it felt like Seth was doing that 2015 Triple H pedigree where like he just lets go and he gives up and dude just like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna drop then.
I hate that shit every time. It looks so sloppy. Like I wish he would not do it
like you said. It looks like he gave up halfway through. Like
I've never been a fan of Seth Rollins' pedigree. I've never liked the way it looked.
I haven't either.
When Triple H did it, Triple H would hold on the whole way down.
Yes,
Seth kind of like
he releases.
He
halfway through.
Or like even when Triple H would release, he would like move his hands to where he's slamming his he's still slamming his opponent's head down.
Right.
Yeah. So like there was still something to that. Seth is just like, well, we're now in midair. I'm just gonna let go and you're gonna deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm personally not a fan. There were some cool spots like when Braun Breaker, charged around the ring because he loved to make that 180 around the ring to go hit the spear, and he's flying in midair and Seth blasts him with the super kick.
Yeah,
I like that.
That was perfectly timed. I like that.
That was cool. Seth's I still think the injuries aside, he is still one of the better in-ring performers of the world. I would even put him on par with Kenny Omega, depending on the situation.
Yeah.
So there was they were trading German suplex.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They kicked out of each other's finishers. The finish starts to get, silly when, Paul Heyman gets the fucking Austin Theory and Logan Paul and they pop out there and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Like
and
you telling me he can't take him by himself? Like, come on, bro.
They, Rollins, of course, dealt with them and then ran back into the ring, and Braun Breaker blasted him with the spear. And to be honest, I thought that was the finish.
I did too. I was like, cool. That's it. Right.
I was gonna be fucking heated if it was, but luckily, Seth kicked out. So They, Braun, I can't remember if it was earlier or later, but Braun did kick out of the stomp. And then later in the match, Braun blasts Seth with another spear. Seth goes to the top rope. He's trying to go for a flying stomp, and Breaker blasts him with a spear in midair, and then hits one more spear to get the W. So, good match. Not the best. I'm glad it got the time to do what it needed to do, but more importantly, they said it was the biggest victory of Braun Breaker's career, and I believe that it is. Because Braun's been in the ring with, some heavy hitters. He's faced Roman on pay-per-view. He's faced Punk, but those were like tag team matches. Not only did he, beat Seth Rollins one-on-one, but it was on a PLE. So that's a major feather in his cap, and that's the result I predicted I wanted to see.
Right. This needed to happen. They could have taken an easier way out and let Seth win, but no, we need.
Oh, we got Unk in the house, y'all. We got Unk in the house.
What up, Unk?
Shout out.
There was two things from that Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins match. The first thing, and T pretty much just said it. Braun Breaker hasn't been in the ring for a number of months because he got injured, and I think it showed. He wasn't that explosive Braun that we saw prior to him getting injured. And then also Braun, there was a spot, and I don't know if y'all remember from the group chat, but I didn't know what happened. It just looked like Braun was kind of easing Seth back down to the back, like there was some type of miscommunication.
No, I know exactly what spot you're talking about.
I think for that, Vitia said that it was some type of float over type ordeal that they were doing.
I remember that because motherfuckers were making fun of it being like because he tried to do the float over into the power bomb.
Yeah. But whatever miscalculation they had, I think it showed that for Braun to be at the age that he is, he's damn good, even coming off of his injury. And for him to protect Seth the way that he did, I think that is going to help him when it comes to his booking in the future, because they see that he can protect the people that he's in the ring.
Mind you, I don't think they do a lot of house shows. This is his first televised match since the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if ring rust, I don't know how ring rust would affect somebody that young, or if it could. I mean, it probably does. Unk, if you're in the group chat, help. I mean, if you're in the chat, help me out here. But I think overall the match did what it needed to do. It wasn't the most crisp match, but it did what it was supposed to do.
Now, I will say, and Vitia made a fantastic point of this. She was saying it's very similar to when Bronson Reed beat Roman Reigns. Braun Breaker has to take the momentum and ride with it. It's like, okay, you beat Seth. What are you gonna do now? It's the biggest match of your career.
What is next? It's not just what you do; it's how you follow up from that and make that mean something.
Exactly.
And I do agree with Vitia's take when Bronson beat Roman, and I actually was pulling for Bronson to beat Roman in that matchup.
Yeah, I was too.
But Bronson has always been the number 2, maybe number 3 guy in that faction, and I never really saw them doing anything with him past that.
And the thing is, I feel as though that was a missed opportunity when he was beating Roman on a weekly basis and still in that man's shoes, and y'all wasn't doing nothing with that other than giving him cute names. I'm like, come on. Come on.
The tribal
literally, right. I'm not saying the names didn't work, but there's more to this than that. You could have pushed that man to the moon after having him beat Roman twice. At least twice. And take this man's shoes and wear them around his neck, not knowing what that man's foot activity be like. That's
the problem with Bronson Reed is he's had a couple of injuries at the worst time. Like the first time he got in a big spot. He was getting his big push in 2024. Where he's this beastly gigantic killer with him and Braun Strowman, and then he goes into War Games, and then he breaks his ankle off the splash off the cage. And then you come back here, Braun Breaker got hurt. Bronson Reed was clearly going to be plan B. He was going to be the Visions member into the Elimination Chamber. Had Braun not got back there in time, the match at WrestleMania was probably going to be Seth Rollins against Bronson Reed.
Yep.
And then he got hurt in the qualifier because I just watched the clip the other day where he broke up the pin and immediately noticed that he tore his bicep on it. I was like, damn, that hurt. But what I would like to see them do next, I'm a firm believer in if you get a big pay-per-view singles victory, if you're not going to continue the feud, what you need to be doing next is chasing the championship.
Yes,
Mhm.
I agree.
Now,
But I think they're going to continue the feud. Unfortunately, because this feud has been going on for a year almost now, and I think they're not done.
Yeah,
with it, because
and
it's only really been one
I
match.
doubt. Yeah, I doubt Seth is done with him. They'll probably have another match. It's probably going to need a stipulation, something to keep the Vision out. I don't want to say a steel cage match because when has that ever kept anybody out of anything?
Right.
If they do
So
go that route, and I mentioned this again in our group chat, but if they do go that route where this story continues, I think it needs to end at the very latest at Clash in Italy at the end of the month, because they need to start preparing for King of the Ring, and I think Braun Breaker needs to be in that King of the Ring tournament.
I don't even think have they even announced King of the Ring yet?
They haven't. I guess it's just an assumption that we are going to go the King of the Ring route again.
I mean, they never announced the damn thing until like right after a pay-per-view. Like last year, they didn't even announce King of the Ring until Money in the Bank was going down, and then King of the Ring started like the next night, and I was like, holy shit! So maybe they'll do that after Clash in Italy because they have Night of Champions coming in June.
Do we have? Is there a Saturday Night's Main Event coming up before Clash?
I believe there's one later this month, isn't it?
Yeah, May 23rd. So like a week before Clash in Italy.
So there's a possibility. Saturday Night's Main Event, and then I think Clash is 1 week after that date.
Yeah.
So
so they might
Sunday.
They might wrap this up there, and even then, I would like to see Braun beat Seth a second time, but knowing WWE, Seth is going to get his lick back because it's clear as day they're building up to they have a rematch plan between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. There will be another Seth Rollins Roman Reigns match. Mm-hmm. And if I were a betting man, I'm thinking they're gonna try to save that for WrestleMania, which means they have to keep Seth strong throughout the year.
Yep.
That's, if his body can hurt. Because if there's one criticism I have for Seth Rollins, and it's not even a fair criticism in my opinion, but he suffers injuries at the worst possible times. 9 times out of 10, it's at the height of one of his pushes.
Oh my God!
Like
every time.
The first time he won the WWE title, and he was about to drop it to Roman in Survivor Series, he got hurt. A couple weeks before. Then he's about to have the match with Triple H at WrestleMania. Samoa Joe debuts on Raw. He turns the wrong way during the Coquina Clutch, hurts his knee again.
Ugh.
In the middle of his World Championship reign, the first one, he's talking about how he broke his back and everything, yet he's still doing all this crazy shit. And then last year, while world champion, right after beating Cody Rhodes and being, the crown jewel champion, he's hurt again. So
okay, just to clear up. So Kayla just said that. So Saturday Night's Main Event is the 23rd, and then Clash is going to be that following Sunday
on May 31st.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Kayla Rose pulled up with the receipts.
See, look here. I'm not the wrestling fan in the family. I keep telling y'all that.
Look, baby.
I'm the financier.
Shout out to Kayla Rose.
I'm the financier. That's all I am.
Baby girl pulled up with the receipts. I like that.
Man, look here. I knew when to pass that torch.
So they'll probably start the King of the Ring tournament next month, right in time for a Night of Champions.
Yep.
Anything else on that one? I thought it was cool. It did what it needed to do.
It's not so much about that match itself, but where do y'all see where they might be going with Theory and Logan?
Hopefully in the trash.
Yeah, hopefully in the trash.
Logan and Theory is just the faction has never been about them. It's about Braun Breaker. The entire concept of the Vision was to get Braun Breaker over. That's why Seth Rollins recruited him in the first place. Right. Now, Seth, through all the circumstances that have gone down, it's still about Braun Breaker. Everything else is just, a side piece to that. Theory and Logan
for Life 23. Sorry, y'all. Just saw
welcome to
the chat.
Oh yeah, welcome
to the party.
And see, Kayla even covered her bases with Theory.
Yeah.
I ain't even gotta say it.
Joe G, I'm sorry, dog. I can't defend all the theory.
No apologies. We live, damn it.
No apologies for this. No.
Yeah,
He asked for this.
That's
what
we
he
apologize for the truth around here.
Man,
that's what we do. That's what we do.
I'm the one Austin Theory fan here. All right,
you the one we like.
Exactly.
But yeah, so
and I've always said Theory when he was, I think he was U.S. champion, but when he was a heel, when he was U.S. champion, that was my favorite version of him. Not this version that we're getting.
The shtick where he was whooping guys' asses and taking selfies. I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah. Till Brock got
I didn't.
Brock
yeah.
took that selfie after he whooped his ass.
Brock ended all
Yeah,
that.
that's when that went away, and I was so glad when Brock did that to him. I'm like,
I think Theory's been doomed. Last on the Theory thing, I think he's been doomed ever since that failed Money in the Bank cash in, which somehow was worse than Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
But so speaking of the United States Championship, so next up we got the one rematch from WrestleMania on the card. It's worth the whole concept of Backlash in the first place. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. Before then, Trick Williams had an interview at the gorilla position, which you don't really see very often on these PLEs. I remember we were complaining last month there was no backstage interviews at all on that entire show.
Right.
So Kathy Kelly is talking with Trick Williams and Lil Yachty, and Trick's like telling Sammy to stop lying and all this other good jazz and everything. So they go and have the match.
Kevin, real quick, hate to cut you off, T. Kevin said Austin Theory is doing better compared to his ex-partner. I agree with that.
Oh, God. Grayson Waller. Man, fuck Grayson Waller. That nigga killed the New Day.
Yeah, man. Don't even get me started there.
No, they were already dead when they brought him in. Call it what it is. They were already dead when they brought him in. Well, I don't even know why they brought him in.
Several stakes to the red corpse.
They've been dead 3 weeks after they turned heel. 3 weeks after, because that's when we stopped caring. Let's be honest about that.
I hate Grayson. I hate Grayson Waller.
Oh, don't get it twisted. I hate Grayson Waller, and there are a lot of things I will blame him for, but killing the New Day ain't one of them. The New Day shot themselves in the foot with that one.
At least, if nothing else, he stopped wrestling in them bullshit ass boxer shorts or whatever the fuck he called himself wearing.
Yeah,
goofy.
Yeah, no. Ozzy Miz gets on my nerves for no other reason than his existence.
Back to the task at hand. I'm done with Australian Miz. So Sami Zayn, against Trick Williams for the U.S. Championship. Again, this match got time, but it started to get annoying to me. Because Lil Yachty interference was everywhere, and it felt like the match was more about Lil Yachty than it was about Sammy and Trick, and that's an issue I've had with this entire feud.
Yes,
me too.
Yes,
especially with
this feud was chugging along fine until they inserted Lil Yachty and the Gingerbread Man into this. I don't even understand why it was necessary.
I am convinced that. Somebody thought that because the way it started was Trick Williams fired off that Gingerbread Man. I don't remember if it was Trick or Lil Yachty or whatever. They fired off that one random joke along with the 3,000 others they've been roasting Sammy with for months. And somebody backstage was like, run with it.
Somebody was watching Shrek. That's what happened.
And somebody don't get me wrong.
You said that last night too in the chat.
Don't get me wrong. Some of the shit was funny when the funeral happened on Friday. Like them doing the AI images of him and being there for classic
when he
moments
was in
like
the
him.
ring after Cody finished his story, I was mad at that one. I was ready to punch my tablet at that one.
The one
where when they had the DX invading WCW.
Invading the WCW, or how he was dressed like the Undertaker.
Right.
Or how he was dressed like the Undertaker when the streak ended. All right, cool. But then y'all built the entire episode of SmackDown around that.
Bro, they had one of the images was him at WrestleMania 3.
Yes.
Hogan had Andre the Giant.
Yeah. If y'all don't sit down.
And then they had the music video montage with him and Trick and Yachty, all this other shit. Bro, enough about the Gingerbread Man. I'm all for silliness in my wrestling, but I have so many problems with that.
Yeah.
Anyways, what annoyed me was how Sammy blasted Yachty with the haluva kick at the end of the match, and then Trick catches him He goes back in the ring. Trick catches him with the trick shot and retains it. Yachty gets up and starts celebrating with Trick like he didn't just get hit with a finisher less than a minute ago. Like, bro, I know you're a celebrity and all. Y'all got superpowers in the wrestling ring, but fucking sell the finish.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What the hell?
I just don't like Lil Yachty being there. No offense to him, but
it's over. He's overstayed his welcome.
He shouldn't have had a welcome because, as I was saying before we went live, we've seen, so for people who don't know the progression of Trick Williams from being Melo's sidekick, aka Pootie Tang, and not being able to string two sentences together, to this man we see every week on SmackDown, I can understand them needing Lil Yachty, but that's like 10% of his fans. The other 90%, we watch this man progress and grow to the point where he does not need someone like Yachty speaking for him or speaking with him in the ring.
Trick is his own mouthpiece.
Yes. Exactly. And we've seen him make that change and embrace that about himself. So for them to turn around 2 months after he gets to the main roster and put a mouthpiece on him, I'm like, what?
And then to add the insult to injury, Lil Yachty starts throwing stacks of dollar bills into the air. And because TKO was cheap as fuck, they were $1 bills.
It's like, why are you here? This feud between him and Sammy was fine without you and the Gingerbread Man. And whoever agreed to that Gingerbread Man idea backstage, I want them in the ring. I know they ain't a wrestler. They ain't a wrestler. I can take them.
Sammy and Trick was supposed to be a nuanced story about Sammy, the grizzled veteran that everybody likes and has worked his ass off for a long time. He's over here like, bro, y'all got this flashy, new, cocky newcomer who's out here talking a whole bunch of shit, but y'all taking to him even though he's disrespectful as all hell, and Sammy being perplexed by it. You could have thrown some nuance into that, because like my favorite type of heels are the heels that think they're the baby faces, the heels that think they are good people and they're a good person. Like JBL is one of my favorite ones, because JBL will sit here and be like, well, this is what's best for America. This is what's best for you. You guys are my fans. You love me. All this other delusional villainous shit.
And I think that's why they are so hesitant to do this double turn. Like everybody's asking, when is this double turn going to happen? But like T said, the Gingerbread Man thing got out of hand. I was entertained by it on Friday. There was parts of it that I was like, okay, this is ridiculous, but there was parts of it that I liked also. But I think once that got so out of hand, I think they became hesitant to do the double turn, because it's like, what are we doing right now?
And this is the part that like puzzles me about it. That I could forgive all of that if they'd have stuck the landing on SmackDown. Because Sammy being over here being like, I'll see you at Backlash, and then Sammy takes the cheap shot of Trick. Now Sammy trying to sucker punch Trick. You've already established Sammy is now the heel in this situation. Why the hell did we need Lil Yachty being in the gingerbread costume, popping out the casket and beating Sammy with the kendo stick? Because now you got him and Trick beating the hell out of Sammy, who's supposed to be, if you want Trick to be the babyface and Sammy to be the heel, that's not the way to do it.
Right.
Well, and see, this reminds me, I was just talking with Tahir about this earlier, because he posted about it in Naw, and I was telling him, I'm like, I really think that they're trying really hard to break away from traditional face and heel stuff, because we've seen it unfold with not just Trick and Sammy, but this Jacob and Roman stuff, which I know we'll get to later, but even Cody to an extent, Randy Orton. Like, we're getting a lot more ambiguity with faces and heels, and that's in wrestling in general, honestly. Like, I really feel like we're in an era where typical face and heel guidelines. Yes.
John Moxley can make up his mind whether he's gonna be a face or heel right now. You're right.
Yeah, John Moxley's is really weird, because he's like a face, but he's leading a heel faction.
Right.
That situation is so bizarre to me.
Yeah. It's a problem I have, because pro wrestling is theater. At the end of the day, it's a battle of good. It's a superhero movie. It's a battle of good versus evil. You need people. Yeah, that's how it's always been. I'm all for evolution and trying to
both sides all the time. Like, you need to pick a struggle.
Right.
I'm all for evolution and trying to reinvent the wheel. And yeah, fans are assholes. And they'll chant for a lot of fucking heels because they think that shit is cool, because deep down inside, they're also terrible people. Henceforth, the MJF fans.
I feel attacked.
But at the end of the day, pro wrestling is a battle of good versus evil. You need to have established characters that we are supposed to root for and believe are the heroes of the story to overcome the villains. If you can't make that clear, at the end of the day, all we're just seeing is dudes fighting, bro. If I just want to watch dudes fighting for the sake of fighting, bro, mixed martial arts is a thing.
Right.
All right.
Like we're supposed to. You talk about they do all this shit about. They talk about we're telling stories. We're telling stories. First of all, you drop half of them. You take 9 months and then drop the story when it's about to get good. And then other times you have no sense of fucking nuance. You see one flipping joke and run it into the ground to where it's not even funny anymore. So like, don't worry, we'll get there. The match was fine. I expected Sammy to win the title back as to further validate, his reasoning as to, why he's sick of Trick Williams and his bullshit. And then Trick would have to lock in to get the belt back from him, which hopefully would have involved Trick being like, hey, Yachty, this has been fun, but I got to get serious and show him that I am serious. Because, like, I'm all for the whoop that Trick and lemon pepper steppers and gingerbread man this and all that other shit. But Trick Williams is also, I want to see that Trick Williams is also able to not just be, the flashy pretty boy. He can lock in and go upside a motherfucker head when he need to.
Right.
Right.
And this feud has diminished that part of him. Let's be real. Because we seen that dude up until they inserted Lil Yachty into this feud. Think about it. 3 or 4 weeks before WrestleMania, Trick was still the same Trick. And then they added Lil Yachty to this feud and the gingerbread man, and it just diminished the feud.
Hell, like last year, after he lost the NXT title to Boba Fett, we had Crash Out Trick Williams.
Yeah.
He was going around bitch slapping everybody backstage. Like, I'm tired of y'all shit. Fuck off.
Right. Where's that dude at now?
You can throw some of that into this character.
Yes, you can. And they haven't. And I'm wondering why. Because, again, he can speak for himself. He can put on a show with that mic alone by himself. He was doing it. He was handling Sammy on the mic before they even had a match. Every week, he would body Sammy on the mic backstage with little to no effort before they ever even had a match.
So could it be? So there were some times when Trick Williams was in NXT where even we questioned like his promo skills. Could it be that when they brought him up, they were nervous that maybe he wasn't a good promo just yet, so they tried to pair him with somebody right away?
I can't buy that.
I can't see that because here's the thing.
I think
a year ago, maybe, but Trick was already better than he was the previous year. You see what I'm saying? Trick, we've seen Trick come up from not being able to string 2 sentences together to be able to cut whole promos by himself.
And one thing that benefits him in that regard. My bad, Rain.
No, it's cool.
One thing that benefits him in that regard is that he's charismatic as fuck.
Yes.
If you have that charisma, that uncanny way to connect with people, whether it be with facial expressions, just that one line or some other way or anything The Rock ever fucking did, you don't necessarily have to be able to string the most coherent sentences together and everything. Because most of Trick Williams' speak is something that white people can't say.
Right.
Exactly.
But they be in the fucking crowd going whoop that Trick like everybody else.
But I do think around the time we saw that transition, somebody backstage pulled him aside and said, hey, we see how you talk away from the camera. Talk that way in front of the camera. Yeah. Lean into that in front of the camera. And he did. And he has skyrocketed on the mic ever since, because I felt that was one of his weakest areas, was that not only were they not giving him enough matches, but his style on the mic was incoherent and bad. Right. You could be incoherent and good on the mic. He was incoherent and bad. He tuned that up so much, it looked like a whole brand new car. Really and it makes me mad that we see this man doing better than he was 3-4 years ago when we first saw him, and for them to let him do it for 2 months without any issues, and then to just throw Lil Yachty in there, and it's not. And you know what? During WrestleMania, fine, but literally the Friday after WrestleMania, Lil Yachty was like, "Yeah, I'm here to stay." Why?
Mm-hmm.
Right. We don't need you here, bro. Trick was fine. I'm all for the celebrity endorsement. To be honest, it should have been a one night and done.
Yes.
Or whatever. Like,
Yes, it should have
imagine, but like now you're here regularly, taking up TV time. You know, it becomes more about Yachty than it is about Trick, and I'm not okay with. Yachty
No,
at some
I'm
point,
not
Yachty got to go.
because that man worked hard
He's
as hell to
overstayed
get
his
here.
welcome.
Yachty just had to go and say, "Hey, y'all need me on TV? What's up with that?" Like,
I want to be on
sorry.
TV. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Right.
I need to sell some records.
And it's not with Little Yachty. It's not even like he's not.
It's not like Yachty's
he's not
been
in
bad.
matches and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
At least some
But
of the
he's taking
celebrities
bumps.
have been involved in matches, and like I'm glad I didn't see Jelly Roll last night, but he has done like 2
Woo!
matches.
We will get to that.
Yeah.
But Lil Yachty, he serves no purpose, at least not in my opinion.
No.
I agree.
Not anymore. He was okay for the first couple weeks, and up until WrestleMania, I was alright with it. But like after that, I'm like, bro, you're overstaying your welcome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That damn.
If y'all are trying to turn Trick Williams babyface, he's gonna have to get rid of Lil Yachty. Like,
Yes.
this is not
Yes.
Swerve
Y'all want
Strickland
this
and
double
Prince Nana.
turn?
Yeah.
He needs to go away because Lil Yachty is not promoting dude to be, a face.
He is not Prince Nana.
No.
He is not, and that is an insult to compare him to that. So if anybody compares Lil Yachty and Prince Nana, fight me. That's wrong. That's wrong. And
But
you
yeah,
shouldn't be
so
doing it.
That would
now
be a horrible
Michael Blackman deserves respect on his name.
Not the rest
with
of Michael
Trick-
Blackson.
With Trick having beaten Sammy twice now, the question remains: what's next for Sami Zayn? Honestly, I don't know. I figured they were gonna keep Sammy face and start building him up to win the Royal Rumble next year, so he can win the world title at WrestleMania in Saudi
Put
Arabia.
him on
But at this point,
LFG
I don't
season
even.
4 or something. I don't know. Like,
I think so. This whole thing with Sammy, and all of us have been back and forth with each other about Sami Zayn in our own group chat, and
True.
I think that maybe Sammy just needs a break, maybe just a couple months off. See if people miss him. See how they react when you bring him back, because it seems like every week that goes by, the more people are turning against Sammy, and they're not going to be able to get away with putting the world title on him if they go to Saudi next year, because it may be loved over there, but it's going to be despised.
Then he's got to come. Then he's got to come back home.
So I think maybe he needs a break. Maybe the what's that?
Absence makes the heart go fonder.
Yeah,
I was literally thinking that.
Maybe something like that, and bring him back maybe around SummerSlam or something like that, and see if people take a liking to him. If not, then you may have to change what you want to do for next year.
And maybe that would work just because, he's lost a Trick twice now. Got his ass whipped by Yachty in the gingerbread man costume. Like, you embarrassed after that. Sit your ass at home and then come back closer to SummerSlam or whatever PLE is after and get back to it. But he needs the stench of this off of him so he can get back to doing whatever the hell he
actually the pay-per-view after SummerSlam might be.
I believe it's Money
in the Bank.
Yeah, shout out to Jabari.
It's money in here. It's money in the bank.
Jabari.
All right, nice. I feel gangster.
Yeah.
And I think
Sammy
needs a break. My bad, Thorne.
Yeah, it does.
But I think
you good.
He just because it's not even his fault. It's not that he's bad. He's
at all.
People love Trick so much that
fans are fickle. Daniel Bryan never told us a lie.
No lies detected.
Oh shit, my bad.
He said his wife was a phenomenal wrestler, so I don't know. What?
I retract my previous statement.
Okay, all right. That's why I said I don't know. 99% of what he said was not a lie. I'll say that.
Never in this world will you catch me defending Brie Bella.
Nope.
No,
never.
Absolutely
never.
not. No way in the hell. No.
Never. But we'll get to them in a minute.
Money in the Bank is definitely in September. We'll talk about that later. So yeah, maybe Sammy takes a break. They got to figure out something else to do with his character, because like the first few months of the year where he's whining and downtrodden and feeling bad about losing all the fucking time, like I get it, trying to create a sympathetic baby face, but y'all have conditioned your audience to not care about that.
Honestly, I like Sammy. That made me not like Sammy. I'm gonna say that. You say fans are fickle. That's what turned me off of Sammy this time around, because I'm like, you sitting here whining, I can't do it the right way, blah 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 blah, and I need to do it the right way. Well, you see what happens when you do it the right way. Go back to doing it the other way and shut up.
Like, bro, either start kicking somebody in the balls or shut the fuck up.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. And you see him, Bryce. You see, I'm rubbing off on him. He was nice.
Yeah.
He was nice last broadcast. He was good Christian last broadcast. Now look at him. Now look at him talking about kicking people in the nuts. See,
oh
that's
my
me.
God.
That's me sitting on his shoulder, and I'm cool with that. I will corrupt all of y'all eventually.
You already corrupted me. It's been about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
You definitely corrupted. My wife will tell you. She's watching us right now. She'll tell you.
But yeah, so the match was good. I'm surprised that Trick retained, but I'm also glad that he did, because I hate him to lose the title after 3 weeks. So, that was cool. We'll figure out where they go from there. Trick needs to get rid of Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
So they had another ad break and everything. They bring a box into the arena. Danhausen pops up in the Danhausen mobile.
Me. Damn it! Don't start. Look,
I told you will never know peace about that last box prediction.
I had one bad idea. It was just one bad idea. Now
it was the third worst idea I've ever heard. The first two were from Joseph.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
He said, "I gotta call a spade, bro."
I told you will never know peace for that. Every time a box comes up in WWE talk, I'm pointing at you.
See, my wife's in here, and I tell her every time, I'm like, Remy's not gonna let me live that box down.
No, I will not. If I ever come to Minnesota and visit, what's up, box?
Oh God,
bro, just gonna carry a whole cardboard box to the crib.
I sure will. So,
see her in the chat. She says she likes you, so you got.
So the box says cloning machine. Now the whole story of the match was like, you had Kit Wilson and The Miz, and they had a match against Danhausen at Backlash, and everybody wondered who Danhausen's partner was going to be. I don't know about y'all, but I heard some talks about it being. Some people wanted it to be Royce Keys. Some people thought it was going to be CM Punk on account of how they're friends in real life. I heard somebody, I can't remember who was out here putting this nonsense in the air, but somebody thought it was going to be Jelly Roll, which in some bizarre way would make a little bit of sense.
I thought,
considering his history with Kit Wilson. I'm glad we didn't go there.
With most of those until I saw the segment on SmackDown the night before, when he took a tooth out his mouth and put it in whatever contraption was connected to that box. I became concerned. Yes, I became concerned because smoke and sparks started popping off after that. I'm like, I don't know who in that box, but I don't think I want to know.
Frankenhausen.
Man, I swear to God.
I'm like,
I swear to God, I was like, whatever's in that box, I don't think I want them to open it tomorrow. I think this match needs to be scrapped. I don't know.
Oh Lord.
But yeah. So
and then apparently he didn't let it cook long enough.
So out from the box pops out fucking Minihausen. I don't know what I was expecting, but you know what?
When I saw that, I was like, you know what? That makes sense.
Oh my God.
That's all I had. That is all I had.
You know what's crazy? Do y'all know who Minihausen was? The guy playing him?
Who?
Was it somebody from AAA?
Right?
You remember El Torito?
Yeah, Joe had mentioned that.
El Torito.
I was shocked.
Wow.
What?
They was like, "Hey, bro, you remember WLC? Come, we need you to do something like that again." It ain't the same thing, but it's a little bit different.
I was surprised. I was like, "Oh shit!"
The former Mascarita Sagrada.
Wow. Okay.
So
we're on a match that I absolutely despised. I hated everything about this match.
I would have been okay with the match if it was on TV. On a pay-per-view, it had no business being.
Okay. Here's my thing. We have seen worse than this. Or does nobody remember the zombie apocalypse match that Miz was in?
Oh God!
Can we not?
Yeah, no. Y'all hate this match. There have been worse matches than this on PLE.
I don't hate the match.
WrestleMania, wasn't it?
Against my better judgment, I laughed when Miz picked up Minihausen and gave
traditional trash matches. Okay.
No, that is not true. Okay, Backlash was not always about trash matches. Need I remind you, Rock and Austin
has to fit one on there as a quota. Just saying.
Anyways, I laughed like hell when Miz picked up Minihausen and gave him the Skull Crusher finale.
Oh, I
thought that was funny as fuck.
Yeah. Little feet dangling. I was like, oh my God. I was not.
that was funny.
For that.
That was rude. Yeah, hilarious.
The rest of it was some nonsense. Of course, Kit Wilson chases Minihausen back and throws him back in the box, and out. I'm thinking out from the box is going to come like a giant Hausen or some shit. Like
that's what I was
like some big motherfucker dressed as Danhausen. If it was Royce Keys, I would have laughed.
I would have rioted. I told Bryce this much. If Royce Keys comes out that box, I am done. I quit.
Instead, it's an army of
just for that reason.
Instead, it's an army of Minihausens, and they start beating up Kit Wilson.
I mean, you wanted to smoke?
This is so.
Speaking about it now, I'm laughing. But when I was watching yesterday, I was like, "What the fuck is on my TV right now?" Like, I was so
you
mad.
didn't have that reaction about a funeral for a cookie.
No, but it wasn't on a PLE either.
Okay, fair.
Like
but it was still a funeral for a cookie.
The funeral was on free TV. People actually paid for this.
Yeah, which is
technically USA Network ain't free TV.
What? It's more common than ESPN.
It is. I'll give you that. It costs less to get in most cases than ESPN.
I just want to put it on. I just want it on record. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker had to fight on ESPN too, but they made sure the only way to watch this motherfucker was to buy it.
Yes, I agree that was dumb as hell. Like that should have been one of the kickoff matches if y'all gonna put it on ESPN too.
Especially because Danhausen's getting so much popular, that would have actually made more sense.
Danhausen has to be moving.
Danhausen has even appeared on ESPN.
So why haven't he is moving some mad ass merch?
Man,
I can only imagine how many Danhausen shirts they're selling.
You can't tell me the merch department don't love Danhausen because I know they all getting bonuses for his shirts. You can't tell me.
Man, they have to be. Because why else something like this on PLE? He has to be moving some merch.
He gotta be. He gotta be. They have a little moneymaker with him. That's the only reason you sign him. It's a goofy character.
That's why he's considered a free agent.
It's a goofy character, and you're entertaining. You're making money off of it. Anyways, match comes. You know, there was one point where Minihausen lifted Kit Wilson in an airplane spin and then threw him to the ground with the wasteland, and Wade Barrett lost his fucking shit. Bro was straight crashing out about this.
He was.
I was like, Wade, calm down, dog. It ain't that serious.
You know what's funny than a normal crash out? A crash out with a British accent.
Wait a minute. Was that right before Michael Cole said, "Yeah, this is wrestling"?
Yes, right before. Right before.
This is not wrestling, Michael Cole. And
what are we doing here?
You have been in the business too long, sir, to cop that with a straight face.
Lucky
I wasn't there because I'd have been if I was front row right behind. No, it is not, sir. I
wanted to hate this match so much, but it made me laugh. I can't get mad at it. Like my only beef is I would have put this on SmackDown.
Yes, that too. And just like you said, T, like that was like every time with Danhausen, I think, oh man, this is dorky. I'm gonna hate it. I end up being surprised.
Some fucking way.
Yes, and I love it. And I'm like, all right, like Cool.
He's won me over.
Like
I still think it's crap that this was on a PLE, but he has
agreed. But
Yeah.
it made me laugh. So Danhausen came in.
Segment at WrestleMania.
Danhausen came in. He got Miz with a Luthez press, and I'm so glad Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't watching this because he would roast the fuck out of him for that shit.
Yeah.
Danhausen, Miz grabs a fire extinguisher and says Danhausen's cursed. Of course, you don't curse Danhausen. Danhausen curses you, sir. So the fire extinguisher went off, blasting Miz in the face. Then he starts blasting Kit Wilson. Minniehausen dives off the top rope, takes out Kit Wilson. Danhausen finishes Miz off with a fucking pump kick of all moves.
Okay.
So Danhausen and Minniehausen
everything about this match was ridiculous because when the Miz sprayed himself in the face, he never once thought, okay, if I just open my hands, it'll just
turn the fire extinguisher around.
No, he has to sit there for like 20 seconds, just spraying himself in the face with this.
Bryce, what did I say before what did I say before we started recording about logic in wrestling?
They pick and choose when it applies.
Right. Wrestling does not apply to any logic.
Yeah, for real.
Let's just call it what it is.
I don't mind comedy matches. Like I'll watch Orange Cassidy all day, every day. But like,
don't say that while Joseph here. Oh God.
It made me laugh, bro. It made me laugh. I can't get mad at it for that.
But he put this in the ether that Danhausen was in the original box. Yes. So you spoke this into existence, sir. I heard that no one else before or since. You spoke that into existence. So don't say that your powers work.
So did y'all see though? As expected, this match got a lot of backlash, no pun intended.
Of course,
from the IWC. And I don't know if any of y'all saw what Matthew Rehwoldt.
What he had tweeted.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did.
Which there's truth to what he said.
Yeah, because he's like wrestling started off in the carnivals, and it was all about clowns and shit like that. And I was like, yeah. And as a wrestling fan, there's a place for comedy matches and everything. I thought I was entertained by the match. I want to hate it, but I can't because it was entertaining.
On the night before on SmackDown. I agree.
It should not have been on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
There were no women's championship matches on this pay-per-view, but they made sure you had time for this.
Right.
Like I would have put this on a pre-show if you had one.
Y'all could have gave Tiffany a match.
That's my only issue with it. And then after they win the match and everything
on Backlash. That would have made
after they win the match, and I'm convinced this is now like part of their shtick where like the lights are supposed to go off and they'll just disappear. Instead, they botch.
It makes me laugh every time. Every single time.
And they start scrambling. They start scrambling to the back. And
the light come off, and he's like, "Oh, we were supposed to run this way."
Yeah. And the funny side, two
of the little ones were running the other way, and he's over there. No, this way.
I know he is making bank, and he got a baddie at home. Like, good for you, Danhausen. Good for you.
Real quick, because JK just put in the comments, he said, I appreciate Miz always committing to the bit. I may not rock with him all of the time, but he's committed to the craft.
Miz is an unsung hero. As somebody who could not.
When Miz decides to put his boots up, that man needs to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Miz is going into the Hall of Fame. I don't like Miz, but I respect that for 20 years he has done what the hell he's supposed to do and then some.
Yep.
So
he stayed on TV consistently.
I'm calling shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans.
Like even like, and on top of that,
will always be, I think, SmackDown Live version when he was beefing with Bryan Danielson.
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler.
I liked. I think my favorite Miz match is probably Dolph Ziggler at No Mercy in 2016.
Ooh,
I'm just tired of him wearing these Hokage outfits to the ring.
He's been rocking that Naruto headband.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, the whole fit,
the
whole fit. That is the Leaf Village war outfit he be wearing. He just got different colors for it. Don't front. You know it is.
Bro out here thinking he Naruto finna get his ass up like Neji when he stop.
Man, he thinking hard work beat geniuses.
Oh my God. Miz.
I was just gonna say about Miz, kind of to what JK said and what I said in the comments. Like, to go from like starting off trying to get your feet wet, hosting shit like Diva Search and all of this, showing up on ECW with Kelly and Layla and them, to where he is now, like, even though he's not really the best wrestler at times, he's stayed really committed to doing anything and everything to get better and put himself out there. Literally, WWE's version of Ryan Seacrest.
He's somebody who plays his role and plays it well.
I mean, the man been kidnapped 17 times. I mean, that right there tells me you are ride or die. Like, I'm sorry, but if it was me, I'm like, this is the 15th one, right? You sure?
That feud with Dexter Lumis had me fucking rolling, and then when Johnny Gargano finally did this,
honestly, that's my favorite one.
When he did the interview, was like
on a weekly basis. I was so proud of him every time he snatched him up. I was like, God damn it, get him.
Miz owed him some money, so until he got his money back, he was gonna keep fucking with him.
And that's why I respected Dexter Lumis, because he was like, look here, until you pay me what you owe me, you will know no peace. That man was stalking that man at home, on top of kidnapping him at work. It was a goofy, entertaining match. My only issue is that it should have been on the pay-per-view. Next up, they announced that AAA Triple Mania 34 is going to be on September 11th and 13th from 3 different locations. Which, if I'm not mistaken, AAA has been doing Triple Mania like multiple times, multiple locations per year for like ever. But maybe I don't know. No, next up was probably the match I was probably most intrigued to see. Io Sky against Asuka. Because I'm just glad they gave this match the time.
Me too.
Yes. Because this feud has been building for 3 years.
This match was longer than every single match at WrestleMania. Every single women's match at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And the longest women's match at WrestleMania was what was it? Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley, and they only got 10.5 minutes. This one at least got 18.
And they delivered.
And with Io Sky being probably the best in-ring performer on that roster, and Asuka may be, on the older side, but Asuka is still a supreme performer. Bar, she up there. Yeah. So you knew they were going to bang. And it's crazy because, like, the only thing that we were missing, and the fans made that very clear from the moment the bell rang, because y'all remember hearing it, we had the "We Want Kyrie" chants.
Yeah.
They got to cook. There was one part in the match where I was, like, very concerned, where Io hit the springboard moonsault to the outside, and I had the JD McDonough vibes. I was terrified for her.
Yeah, because she was real close to that table.
Especially because Asuka didn't eat all of it.
Right.
But Io's very good at making sure that, Charlotte flared the landing, which in this case worked in her favor. Other than that, the match was very good. I love how Asuka will do that flying armbar transition and then somehow get somebody in position for the Asuka lock. Like, God damn, she is so fucking good. But yeah, the match was good. Like, you know who you're dealing with, and it's at this point it's almost a battle for supremacy. It would have the only complaint I have about the match is that it needed Kyrie. This was a match you could have had this at WrestleMania, and you would have paid off the Kyrie Sane story. If y'all had released Kyrie after that, I'd have been perfectly fine.
Right.
I'd have been less disrespectful about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a great match. Like, I'm not gonna go down like every spot and everything. Eventually, they're trading German suplexes at the end until Io hits the bullet train attack and then gets the over the moonsault. And then after the match, which was really interesting and has had a lot of people fucking talking. Io hugs Asuka and bows before her. Asuka's in tears. Io's in tears. They hug and embrace and kiss and all that other good jazz. Asuka's waving to the crowd and everything before she leaves, and I'm over here like,
what is going on?
What is going on?
Right, me too.
You're talking all this senpai this and junior that and everything, and now she finally student beats the teacher. It's got people asking, is this Asuka's retirement? I've already seen motherfuckers with their YouTube videos talking about Asuka's leaving WWE, and I'm sitting here like, bro, calm the fuck down.
Right.
I'm saying that too, and I'm like,
don't say nothing until she say something. Like, calm down, chill. She ain't announced nothing.
No.
WWE has announced nothing. They ain't moved her to alumni or none of that. Calm down.
Yeah. And I was a little shocked because I think I had mentioned to y'all that I thought that Asuka was just playing a role and she was going to miss Kyrie, was what I thought was going to happen. But you know, it ended up she waved at the crowd and everything like that. And I understand why people are beginning to think what they're thinking, because I know we'll talk about it a little bit later, but
Brock Lesnar pretty much did the same shit last month at WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
That and what we've been seeing even post Mania, what seems maybe happening.
There's a lot of we've been watching a lot of quote unquote retirements over the last 6 months. We've seen John Cena go, AJ Styles go. You know, 6 months ago, AJ Styles was one half of the tag team champions. Now he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Asuka,
and he knows how to stay retired, unlike some people.
Asuka's around 43, maybe 44 years old.
She's 44. She'll be 45 in September. So she's 44. She'll be 45 in September.
So she's not terribly old either. So
right.
Not a lot of women in WWE wrestle. Not a lot of women wrestle that long in WWE at her age. You know, Trish and Lita were not full time in their 40s.
Right.
Although Trish absolutely could have. Trish could have been doing this for Trish may have retired in 06. Trish could be going to this fucking day if she wants to.
Hell yeah.
She's that damn good. She can hang with these new girls, no fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it shows that every time she comes back, like especially compared to Lita. No knock on Lita.
Lita, I don't mean to knock on Lita, but Lita, you can tell she got rusty.
Yeah.
But Lita's also a superstar, so more to her. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But Asuka, like you're talking about, let's think about this. Longest reigning NXT Women's Champion. She was undefeated for 2.5 years. Yes, Vince fucked that up in 6 months. But she hasn't been the same since. Yeah. But she still won. She still won several world championships, several tag team championships. She's won money in the Bank. She's won the Royal Rumble. Like at this stage of the game, what is there left for her to do? If she were to leave, if that's the question. If she were to stay, what more do you do with Asuka? The main match we've been wanting to see from her for probably the last 2 years has been her versus Io. We got that, and it banged.
Yep.
And now that she put Io over, what is there left for her to do?
That's a tough one. Unless you just had her hover around the women's world title, but I don't see that happening either.
I don't either.
That,
I don't know if I want her winning the IC title. I feel like she's above that.
Yeah,
that's just
agreed.
Me.
If they kept her, if she stayed, I don't see WWE doing right by her. I think she would be used to elevate talent that they want to move into the main event scene. I don't know. I don't think they would do right by her.
I mean, she could retire right now. Asuka's got a hall. We talk about Hall of Fame careers and all this other good jazz. She's earned hers. Yeah. I consider Asuka the fifth. I consider Asuka the fifth horsewoman. I'm sorry. If they have one, because when she came there about a little bit later than when the four horsewomen were coming up in NXT. But once she got to the roster, she pretty much mixed it up with everybody.
Yep.
She's fought with Sasha. She's fought with Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte. Her and Rhea Ripley had a WrestleMania match. Shayna Baszler, she's won the Elimination Chamber. She's thrown down with Bianca Belair. Yeah. She's faced everybody.
Who was that Sasha Banks was wrestling? And that's how they got Kari out of the company, was that they attacked her backstage.
Bayley attacked Kyrie. So I think it was Sasha.
Bayley attacked Kyrie backstage.
Yes.
But Kyrie wanted to go back to Japan, so that's why she left in 2020.
Right.
That and they had the match where her and Nia Jax had on Raw, and Nia chokebombed her into the corner and she hurt her.
Yep.
Which the Nia keeps hurting people. Motherfuckers were out and about again after she busted Paige up on SmackDown, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever they do with Asuka, she's a stellar wrestler. She always has been. She's put in quality work. She's been in WWE for over a decade. If she wants to walk away at this point, she's more than earned her stripes. she's more than earned all the respect of any sort of wrestling fan, whatsoever.
Yeah.
So whatever she chooses to do next, if she stays with WWE, I hope they find something interesting for her to do, because she's still a great performer. And I like how, women like her and Natalya, who are in their early to mid 40s, are still able to compete at a high level in the WWE. Yeah. More so Asuka than Natalya, because for some reason that company, no matter who's in charge, does not know how to book that woman. Remember when Natty eliminated Becky Lynch from the Royal Rumble and they did nothing with it?
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible, and that's what's crazy about them with changing Natty's gimmick to the one she used on Bloodsport. She hasn't done really.
They haven't. It's like they dancing with it. They dancing around it. They're not really fully using it.
Yeah, and it's
like
it's so weird.
It didn't catch over in 5 seconds, so they're not going to commit to it.
Right.
First impressions are everything. So
yeah, and
that's my.
She just pulled up on Jada Parker with the Natty gear on, so which I guess that could benefit Jada, help her get a little tougher. But still, Natty should be doing more than that, especially with this gimmick.
Oh shit. I forgot. Asuka has never won at WrestleMania.
Oh what? Man.
For real?
She has never won at WrestleMania.
Oh God, that's right.
A match period.
Not a single. Every WrestleMania match she had was lost.
We cannot.
WrestleMania 34, she lost to Charlotte. She wasn't even on the card at WrestleMania 35. WrestleMania 36, her and Kairi Sane lost the tag titles to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. WrestleMania 37, she loses the Raw Women's Championship to Rhea Ripley. WrestleMania 39, she loses to Bianca Belair. WrestleMania 40, Damage Control loses to Jade, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. She didn't even have a match at WrestleMania 41 or at 42.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Wow.
That's probably the one blemish on her career.
We cannot let her leave without.
And if nothing else, that's probably next to Sheamus never winning the Intercontinental Championship on my list of things that just don't make any fucking sense.
That bullshit.
But yeah, so aside from what now for Asuka, another big question from this match is what's next for Io Sky?
I was wondering about that because they actually teased something with that on Raw before Backlash, which was her going after Becky Lynch, but Asuka interrupted, I think. So
I'd be okay with
I would be okay with that. I really want to see Paige do it. Just
honestly, there's two,
but sure.
There's two paths you can follow up with for Io. You can either chase Becky in the Intercontinental Championship or chase Liv Morgan in the World Championship. And either one is a valid path for Io.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever seen like a serious Io and Becky program. I know her and Liv had a couple of matches when the last time Liv was champion.
Yeah.
And especially considering that Liv, Stephanie McCurry is injured. Liv is
Becky when Io was part of Damage Control.
Yeah. And now that you need a new member, Liv needs a new number one contender. I mean, Io Sky's in perfect position, so there's an argument for either one.
Yeah.
The only thing, if Io was to go after the Women's World Championship, do you think that? I just don't see her winning because I think that they're.
I don't either.
Towards Liv and Roxanne.
Yeah,
I don't either. I think
Judgment Day break up soon.
I think Roxanne is winning Money in the Bank this year.
Yeah, that'd be a good. That'd be a good thing for her.
That's a good pick.
My money in the bank picks this year right now are Roxanne Perez and LA Knight.
Yeah, those
are
both.
Honestly, I hope you're right about them picks because I want to see them. I want to see them in serious title contention. I do.
But so
and I know the other day we were just talking about it in the chat.
Now, do I have faith that WWE gonna see it that way? No.
And LA Knight, we were just talking about the other day. Like LA Knight's fucking overdue to win that Money in the Bank. I said it the other day. I know JK. I feel like you're knowing where I'm going with this too. I thought LA Knight should have won that year that Priest won. Like I was really in the belief that LA Knight should have won instead of Priest. It worked out still, but LA Knight should have won that year.
Yeah.
LA Knight has failed to win Money in the Bank for the last 3 years.
If LA Knight doesn't win Money in the Bank this year, I don't see him winning the world title. I think that's his last.
Yeah, I think that like at this I said in the I can't remember who it was, probably Uncle Charles or whatever, and I was like, I vote LA Knight win Money in the Bank because at this point it's now or never.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
y'all been on the fence about this man for fucking years, and despite how shitty you booked him, he stays over.
Right,
you have to pay that off at some point, or you're going to miss the chance. This is your last chance to make some serious money off of this guy, which I still think they can do. It's just a matter of if you can commit to it. Yeah, is he on the older side? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Y'all just had 47-year-old CM Punk main event WrestleMania. I need a better argument.
Yep.
Right.
And here's my thing. Jey Uso won the world title because of how over he is. It was a short title reign. Okay.
And it sucked. I admit it. It sucked.
LA Knight is maybe not as loud, but he's right there. They're neck and neck with
if you can give Jey Uso a chance to run with the ball, you can give LA Knight that same chance.
I agree. And I still don't understand why they haven't in all this time, because there was only one point he wasn't over with the fans, and that was when he was posing as
Max Dupree.
Yes, when he got tired of being Max Dupree and went back to being LA Knight, the crowd lost their minds because we wanted that for him. We was like, this is bullshit. And when he said, "No, my name ain't no goddamn Max Dupree, I'm LA Knight," and when that happened, I was like, "Man, look here. Now we got something."
Exactly. Hey, I agree with you.
And he ain't slowed down really since.
Chelsea Green, I'm waiting for Chelsea Green to take off in the women's division.
Chelsea just had heart surgery.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be her.
Still going to be out for a minute.
She had a broken ankle, and then she also just had heart surgery. I don't think it's going to be her this year. Maybe next year. I'd like to see Chelsea Green be taken seriously, but at some point, because as much as I love her being an annoying Karen, she's so much more than that. And I will never, as long as there's breath in my body,
Karen, that makes it work for her.
As long as there is another breath in my body, I will never forgive Michael Hayes for that bullshit he said about her on Unreal.
Yes.
That's why I didn't finish the second season.
Fuck him for that.
And I was rewatching Unreal the other day, and it pissed me off all over again. I'm like, Chelsea's gold. What are you doing? Like,
then again, this is the same Michael Hayes that told Mark Henry, I'm more of a nigger than you are, and called AJ Lee unfuckable.
Diabolical.
There's my slander.
Man.
Wow.
There's my slander.
Wow. Yeah, we need to take him out back.
Yeah.
Anyways, so now y'all remember when the oh my bad.
Sorry, just looking at the chat real quick. JK, yes, she should have been Money in the Bank last year. Chelsea Green should have been Money in the Bank last year.
I forgot who won last year. Naomi. No.
Naomi.
No. I'm sorry.
Actually, I rewind that.
I stand by Naomi.
See what Jimmy has done to us? He has made us forget her accomplishments. He needs to be stopped.
Oh my gosh.
He needs to go down. All these ruiners.
Oh my God.
Montez Ford, Ricochet, they're all ruiners.
Well, forgive their wives for wanting to have children.
Ricochet.
Yeah, they can't do it without them.
Is Samantha pregnant?
That's what I've been wondering.
Oh.
Yes, I saw a picture and it threw me off. I'm like, what the hell you mean? She's embracing mother. What do you mean?
I know they both came into the relationship with a couple of. I know they both came into the relationship with children from previous relationships and everything. But okay,
ooh. Samantha,
Ricochet and Samantha. She's been a mama.
Oh, I ain't know that.
No, that I knew, but I didn't know she was pregnant. I ain't heard nothing official, but
I saw the pic. I saw a pic and a statement, and I'm like, another damn ruiner.
We had this discussion on the last episode. We're moving on. So
we gonna
Samantha Irvin ain't doing nothing for professional wrestling.
It don't matter.
What is
it don't matter. It's a ruiner.
Oh God.
I tried.
Oh no.
How dare you get knocked up? Get back in there and bump for me.
No, how dare he knock her up? Say it like it needs to be said. Say it like it needs to be said. There was no immaculate conception here.
Get back in there and vote for me.
No, get back in there.
Oh
Leave
my
that woman
God.
alone. That's what they need to do. Get back in that ring and leave them women alone. Couldn't
Oh
even
my
let her heal
God.
up from knuckle surgery.
You know what's crazy? Both Street Profits' wives are pregnant. Angelo Dawkins just posted his wife baby bump the other day.
See, I ain't
I'm like,
gotta
good.
fight him. He bigger than me.
Angelo Dawkins got a bunch of kids? He got
I think he has
Mhm.
like 2 already.
How many?
It sounds like
Yeah.
I think 2.
Oh,
I believe it's 2. This is gonna be number 3. And anyways, so y'all remember when John Cena announced he had an epic announcement that was gonna change everything in WWE?
Don't piss me off on Mother's Day.
Oh Lord.
the now retired,
Hey, retired.
quote unquote greatest of all time. I say this as a diehard John Cena fan. He goes to the ring. He has his suit on. His suit game is almost as bad as Vince's.
I wasn't gonna say nothing about the suit. I was gonna be nice, but what the fuck?
I'm not one.
Hey, that was
I'm not one to brag about having a suit or whatever.
The
But
Joker
you know,
called. Stop stealing his style.
Oh my God.
He goes to the ring. He's talking.
Good. Then he got to the ring. I was like, man, this shit ugly.
He
It
goes
looked
to
like
the ring
same
and
suit he had on for the Hall of Fame years back when he had the Chain Gang chain on. It looked like that same exact suit, honestly.
So he goes to the ring. Fans start chanting one more match.
No,
and he's like, yeah, it makes me feel good and everything. But I like, there was something else I remember about that night. Because, you know, we gave new opportunities to NXT talent, you know, Sol Ruka, Javon Evans, Oba Femi got to show out, you know, also Joe Hendry and Leon Slater, but it's what it is.
Right.
So, you know, Oba Femi comes in there. Cena doing Oba Femi strut is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
You
I had to
sure?
block that
Because
out
I
my
seen
head,
Vince
man.
do a few struts.
Like, I'd rather watch Vince do the Vince-a-Rooney again than watch Cena do the Oba strut. So he's like, he announces the John Cena Classic. It'll be an entire one night of the best of today competing against the best of tomorrow, where WWE and NXT stars will give everything they have to be crowned a champion, but it's not any championship.
It's the
I'm sorry.
A made up ass belt.
I mean, aren't they all?
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that, and you right. This one is more made up. This one is from the Muppet Babies. They use their whole ass imagination to come up with this bullshit.
Nah, yeah, this one. Nah.
Remy, please, I'm trying to keep it together, man.
That will not happen when you mention Cena on these podcasts. Never. No peace.
Johnson
I tell you about that. No peace.
Retired for,
Jonathan, you see what I did?
It's not even been 5 months, and this man is getting the John Cena Classic.
This is third time back.
Bro.
Stay gone. You left.
And what makes it worse is that the rule, it doesn't, I don't know.
Apparently it's not about he says that the fans will vote to crown this first champion.
What?
Every participant qualifies, which means they might not win their match, but their hustle might earn them respect and views.
That's your GOAT.
What is this, a social media championship?
Yo GOAT.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying it's so confusing, because it's like, wait, we're having matches, but you still gotta vote for them. So why are we voting if people can vote for whoever's not even having a match?
Then why do we even need the matches? The matches don't even matter. What's the point of even?
Right. This is a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Like, either it wasn't explained very well. Like, I knew when they announced, because the way they hyped up this announcement, like it was going to be the most epic thing ever. This is WWE 101. Hyperbole is the name of the game. They're always going to be like, this is the greatest thing ever, the most epic thing ever. And then you go watching, you're just like, eh.
And it's still not.
That's WWE 101. Like, never buy into the hype.
This is the reason why they never did a Taboo Tuesday and a Cyber Sunday or whatever again. They're going to run into where they think they know who the fans are going to pick. The votes are going to come out, and it's going to be somebody they didn't expect, and they didn't have any type of script ready to go for that match.
Case in point, in Taboo Tuesday 2004, they bet on Edge winning that voting to get a shot, and they were going to book him to beat Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. Because at the time, Edge was technically still babyface. He lost the vote to Shawn Michaels, and then Shawn, who already had a knee injury going in, so Shawn had to work a match he didn't want to wrestle. He didn't expect to wrestle on a pay-per-view.
Prepared to wrestle.
Yeah,
Right.
Essentially on one leg.
I think there was another. I think it was against Batista. I think Batista was a world heavyweight champion, and they did one of those style of events. And whoever
they wanted to have Stone Cold Steve Austin against Jonathan Coachman, but Austin wouldn't commit to the match, so they brought in Batista.
So
I like the concept, but WWE's execution of it has always been terrible, always, because they're not on the post on what fans like. Right. And even then, if you get over in spite of the machine, they put the screws to you. Case in point, Carmelo Hayes.
Don't get me started. I went on a 10-minute rant about this earlier before. Cena himself said he doesn't know if this concept is going to work. I hope it does, but if and when it doesn't, I won't be surprised.
Yeah, me too.
So after that, we watch Michael. We watch.
If it doesn't work,
Wade Barrett.
that means Cena goes away, and we don't hear from him no more.
Now you know that's not going to happen.
I got dreams. You got dreams. Why can't I have dreams?
Because they're not going to come true.
Look here. Dreams aren't supposed to come true.
I mean, not that one. You're going to see John Cena again.
Yeah.
You got to live with that. You got to live with that, bro.
When I do. Man.
That is a grade A hater right there.
Yes. Thank you for acknowledging me.
So after we watch Michael Cole and Wade Barrett chug a can of mug root beer.
Why you say
embarrassing?
What you say?
Because watching 60-something-year-old Michael Cole chug root beer is not what I assume people pay for.
That was weird. Me and my wife were talking about that when it happened.
To see Michael Cole chug anything is not what we pay for. That's fair. That is fair. So
they Cena announces the main event is next. They have but of course ESPN got to get their ad breaks in. So the one match that got a video package was actually two of them got a video package. The main event got one, and then the Danhausen match got one. Okay, Io and Asuka would have had one if Kyrie were around, but now you can't make sense of it.
Right.
So the main event was for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jacob Fatu against Roman Reigns. This was a good match. Just two heavyweights beating the hell out of each other. And I knew from the moment Jacob Fatu first signed with WWE, I was like, sooner or later, him versus Roman is going to main event a pay-per-view. Well, now, I was hoping it was going to be at WrestleMania last year, but, you do what you got to do.
Right.
So the match was good. It was good. It's Roman Reigns matches. And if there's anything Roman's really good at, it's these big, epic WWE main event style matches where they go some 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes. It starts slow, but then they start hitting their heavy moves. And then the last 5 or 10 minutes is finisher spamming.
You notice it's just because Roman was exposed, right?
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh, Lord.
This match only exists because Roman was exposed.
Look at the footage.
Look at the footage. Even during the match.
I'm going to regret this.
Look at the footage.
I'm going to regret this. All right, Remy.
Don't ask.
Look at the footage. All the times that him and Jacob interacted these last 3 weeks, and even during the match, when Roman was getting choked by Jacob, he did not look like he was distressed. Think about it. When he agreed to the match, Jacob had just finished choking him and walked off. When he got choked that night, he did not look like he was in distress. He did not look like he was running out of air because he got up screaming mad. You want me back? Fine.
And where the fuck were the Usos in all this? They
didn't want to get choked. They don't like getting choked.
They said
they don't like getting choked. That's why they were not there.
Yeah, no, they said family business. All right, bet y'all are on your own. We chilling. That's what they did.
They wanted.
Where was this attitude during tribal combat?
They wanted to use talk no jutsu on SmackDown. That's what they were doing for weeks. They was using talk no jutsu on SmackDown. Guess what? They didn't practice that jutsu. It did not work.
I am hollering.
But this match only exists because Roman got exposed as not being, unfavorable to choking.
But so I like of notable things. Jacob kicked out of 2 spears. Eventually, Roman had to throw him into the exposed turnbuckle and then hit him with a third one to get the dub. So I'm okay with that. Like, it wasn't a clean finish, but it didn't require interference. And to me, it came off as Roman being desperate.
I wanted Roman to beat him without the Usos interference. That's what I was looking for, and I got that. So I'm cool with the way this match went down. I'm cool with that.
The problem I had was probably the aftermath.
When he choked him out some more.
The problem I have was the aftermath. So, after the match, Jacob gets up, and goes back to beating Roman's ass. He gets the Tongan death grip and everything. The referees try to get him free, and Jacob ain't having it. Jacob beats up the referee. He throws Adam Pearce out of the ring. He super kicks Shane Helms in the face.
Mind your business, superhero.
Roman out here getting the shit choked out of him. He beating the hell out of all the producers and then stands over Roman with the title. Now, the only issue I have with that is Jacob got hit with 3 fucking finishers in this match. And Roman didn't even celebrate for 30 seconds after winning, and this savage is back up beating his ass. I hate when I see finish. I hate when I see post-match stuff like that because
truly sell anybody's shit.
Yeah, but if that's the case, nigga, why did the finisher keep you down?
I'm just saying. Have you ever seen Jacob
wrestling don't make sense?
Exactly. Logic. The logic is Jacob don't sell for most anybody. Doesn't just call it what it is until this one moment. And that's why he got up and he choked him some more because he figured dude like that.
Why do they use AI for other video packages but actually use good old editing tools for Danhausen?
Yeah,
they're lazy.
I've been thinking about that.
They're lazy.
Yeah.
They're lazy as fuck. That's all it is.
All right. Jacob and Roman, I liked the match a lot. I thought it did a lot more good than bad. For one, Jacob's being built up like the monster that I think what everybody wants to see. Yes. They want to see that Jacob that we've known from MLW and all of those other places that brought him to the match.
They even mentioned House of Glory.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the here's my thing. I'm a huge Roman Reigns fan. Like, I'll always be a fan of his and the work that he did to reinvent himself, become head of the table and all of that. Now, the reason I wanted Roman to lose is really for a selfish reason. I just want something. I want a PLE to end with something that leaves us like speechless in a way. Like nobody expected
something that isn't just.
Yeah, I want something that
we'll
continue to talk about.
Something that
because we knew Roman was going to win this match.
Yeah,
it felt like business as usual the way after the fact.
Yeah,
exactly.
I just want a
we need a shake
finish where.
And I agree with him.
We're like, I still can't believe that Jacob beat Roman, and leading us into Raw where they can start moving that story again.
Honestly, I wouldn't have. It would have pissed somebody off. I wouldn't have minded if Roman had got DQ'd.
Yeah,
like Jacob has him in the Tongan death grip, and Roman in a desperate way to get away from the hold. Yeah, which
I wouldn't have minded that
brings you to another point in a minute.
Yeah, and the overall match, like I agree with what you guys are saying. The overall match was good. It was, finish was what we expected, but I think they did what they could within reason to make Jacob look strong, especially with the post match stuff.
Because it was about Roman has to win, but how can we still make Jacob look strong after the fact?
Right.
And I think they achieved that. I personally think they achieved that.
It achieved that, but something had to get sacrificed in the process, and that something was logic. All right, cool.
Which wrestling does on a regular basis, especially WWE.
The bigger issue I have with that, and we were talking about it earlier with Trick and Sammy, was the babyface heel dynamic. It seems like they're trying to paint Jacob Fatu as a heel in this situation, which I don't think is the right.
Last night.
Yes,
Roman
has been acting heel as fuck ever since
he has.
Yes.
Mind you, ever since and this is the issue I've always had about Roman Reigns' character for the last 2 years. His character has never been fully babyface. At no point has he apologized for any of the fucked up shit that he did in the last 6 years.
Nope.
Right.
He never apologized to the Usos. They just fall in line and acknowledge him again. Like this man wasn't torturing y'all and threatening your family's homelessness for months and years on end.
I mean, choked his whole Jay out. Choked Jay out. In the middle of a cage match.
Choked Jay out in front of Jimmy and everything.
Ruined her ass to limp out and save him.
And that was Jimmy something that I mentioned. That was something that I mentioned when it was the week after Jacob initially put the Tongan death grip or whatever on Roman, and Roman said, "Oh, that's we don't do that to family. That's something that we use like a last resort or something." And I'm sitting back like, motherfucker, do you not remember? Last resort for him. You don't remember having both Usos in a guillotine at one point,
right?
And choking them within an inch of their life, like.
Right.
But now
you don't remember all the times you don't remember all the times you put Jimmy in the fucking hospital?
Man.
Exactly.
All the times you whip Jay.
Roman,
Roman faced Jay
Roman, all you do is fight with your cousins.
Right.
Now,
like it's a core flaw in his character that he's never shown any sort of remorse, and motherfuckers just move on.
The only one he's never really disrespected like that is Solo.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
He did it after he left and came back. While Solo was with him, he did not do to Solo what he did to everybody else. Solo fell in line on his own. Now, after Roman left and Solo tried to take his spot, he came back and was like, no, that is not how we do things here. But before that,
Remy, I see what you're saying. But to be fair, when Solo joined the original bloodline, it wasn't that Roman recruited him either. They said that Solo was sent by the elders.
Yeah,
so Solo was taking orders from the elders.
That's true.
So that wasn't a Roman call. That was,
he couldn't choke him out. He couldn't choke him out like that because he didn't want them showing up. Like, hey, why the old dudes? Okay, fair.
But yeah,
then also with that, it was at the time. This was a different Solo from what we know now. He was supposed to be the enforcer.
Yeah, that was the good time.
He was supposed to be the guy that you didn't want to mess with.
That's the good times Pepper's Farm remembers.
Yeah, that was peak. That was peak bloodline.
That Solo is gone.
With that going down the way it was, the pay-per-view was good. It was less than 3 hours. It was shorter than an episode of SmackDown. Thank God.
Yeah.
I wish these PLEs had more than 5 matches and everybody got their, the big feuds got their video packages. Braun Breaker needed a video and Seth Rollins needed a video package. Io and Asuka deserved one. Trick and Sammy probably deserved one. I don't know why you would give one to Danhausen and them of all people.
Like who's in charge of deciding who gets a video
package? But now they probably don't want to do it.
Explain their logic because I don't get it. Like
they're lazy. They want to use AI to do shit, and people want to use AI to do shit in place of actually doing shit.
And the crazy thing is too. So normally I don't watch the pre-shows, but I decided to because I had the time. So they did show the video packages during the countdown to Backlash show, but that's the only time I saw all of the video packages.
Realistically, who is actually watching those?
Well, besides Phil, I don't know who else.
besides the hardcore fans that are consuming content for the sake of we just want to watch anything with wrestling in it.
Right. And that's a stupid thing. Like they regulated to that. And I guess, they have them on their WWE's YouTube, but still, like, who's going out their way to see that? Like, we want to see that.
Exactly.
Right. Put that in front of the match television program. Represent. Don't put it on the show before the show.
Give us the story, okay? Give us the breakdown on what we're watching is happening. If I'm somebody watching this show for the very first time, who is Braun Breaker? Who is Seth Rollins? Why are they fighting?
Right.
Exactly.
Answer that question for me. That's how you do that, and you get it done in 3 minutes. Boom. So I don't. It's a lost art, and I wish they would do that. I wish they would make better usage of video packages Because they'll give these video package promos from motherfuckers that are already on the show, or they're just trying to continue a feud, and it's like, oh, they're going to cut a promo on them. They're going to cut a promo on them. Like,
look here,
Ricky Saints could have used like 3 weeks of video packages before he debuted on SmackDown. It's what they're doing with Blake Monroe now.
Whoever they had working for video production back in 2020 during the pandemic, bring them back, because I feel like they fired them and replaced them with somebody younger. Bring that person back.
Somebody cheaper.
Because every single video package they put out, even the match that Undertaker had with AJ, that was a video package. Let's call it what it is. It's just a really long one. That one was gold. The Bray Wyatt Cena segment, gold. Yes. They was cooking on. They was cooking in the kitchen at that moment, in those moments, and they haven't done that in at least a year or two with the video packages. I'm like, this shit look like y'all just phoned it in.
Yeah. So, again, ultimately, I enjoyed Backlash. I thought it was better than WrestleMania. At least night one, it was.
Night one, yes, definitely better than night one.
Matches got time to do what they needed to do, and you know, for what it was, it was all right. It was cool.
Yeah, I think I gave it a solid B myself.
I agree with that.
Not an Uncle Dave B, but a BDaMan B.
So Dave catching strays up in here. That's bogus.
Next, bogus. I wonder if he's still in the chat. So next up, so there was more releases over the past week or so. So they got it was 4 more people, at least to my knowledge, have left WWE. JC Mateo and Tonga Loa of the MFTs.
Yeah.
And then the one that had everybody talking big last weekend was the New Day. The New Day apparently, from what I gathered, the New Day were offered a restructured contract, which probably would have required them to take a pay cut, and they said no and walked.
And 1 year into a 5-year deal.
Went into a 5-year deal that they just re-signed.
Yeah, exactly.
1 year into a 5-year deal, and you trying to renegotiate terms and take money out of their pocket? I would have left too. I can't blame them for that.
Absolutely.
And I hope they pull up in TNA or AEW and blow the.
Oh, they're going to AEW. The young Bucks are waiting.
Yeah,
the young Bucks are waiting on the New Day. They have been begging for this for a good decade. They're waiting, and it's a shame because like you would think, like, especially more so Kofi than Xavier, although Xavier is also a shame because Kofi you would think would be a lifer. Kofi has been in WWE. He's been employed since 2006. He made his main roster debut in 2008. 20 years.
Yeah,
a former WWE champion, multiple time Intercontinental United States champion. You know, at one point they were the longest reigning tag team champions. They sold a bundle of merch under that New Day shtick with Big E. They're one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Yes, sir.
And you turned the group heel on that one angle and then did nothing with it. And the only reason they got a match at WrestleMania last year was to promote a sponsorship for a fucking shitty ass mobile game. Mm-hmm. And then you did nothing with them after the fact. Terrible. The group has been dead for some time now.
Yes. That's why I say don't blame Grayson Waller. There are some things we can blame Grayson Waller for. I have a list. Believe me, I have a complete list.
They attached Grayson Waller to the corpse.
Right, exactly.
And I hated every minute of it.
Yes, because I'm like, apparently why is he there?
The reports were going around. I can't remember if it was Sean Ross Sapp or somebody else from Fightful, but they were saying they sold several other talents that they're offering them a 50% pay cut or they walk. And it sucks because I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to take that money who are probably making good money, but it's just not as good money.
Right.
It's still insulting, especially when you got a company that brags about making record profits and the CEOs and the
right.
If you make it a million and they want to cut you down to $500,000,
no, that's a huge drop. That's a huge drop.
Even if I could get by with that $500,000, I'm still offended.
Yeah.
I'm still
I think that's ridiculous too. But how many people do you know like outside the business are making $500,000 a year?
This is true. I'll give you that.
Not very many.
Not very many.
It's still bullshit either way. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
And for the New Day to spit in their face, honestly, them walking is the best decision they could have made.
Yes,
Unc made the post about it last week. This is the best thing that happened to them. The world is their oyster. Honestly, assuming they probably did well with their money, they're probably set for life already. Kofi is 40. Kofi's 44. Xavier turns 40 this year.
Man,
and Xavier
if I'm Tony Khan, I'm offering them what they were making in WWE or going a little bit higher than
whatever the fuck they ask for. I'm giving it to them.
Look here, we have seen him offer stars more money just to park them on ROH. So I have a lot of faith that he's going to
Tony Khan offered Jade Cargill
on Collision or on Dynamite.
Tony Khan offered Jade Cargill a 3 times raise, and she still walked on his ass to go to WWE.
Yep.
Like
he don't see the talent.
He's gonna offer the New Day some money because there's hype right now. This is good for them. It's them saying, you know what, you're not gonna lowball us and think that shit's okay, and that's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
They're in a position where they could afford to, but for somebody who's probably young, doesn't have a whole lot of money, and ain't been there a whole long time, you're probably just gonna have to take that because where else are you gonna make that kind of money?
Right.
Now I really do. I wish that it was public who they went to about doing this 50% pay cut and everything like that. Because a name that I have heard floating around, and of course this has not been verified or anything, but a name that I've heard floating around is Gunther, who Gunther is very much. He's very much worth whatever he's earning right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
they
absolutely.
Approached him with a 50% pay cut. I hope they didn't, and if they do, I hope he walks.
Yeah,
I actually do too. Because you know what? If you're not willing to pay this man what he's worth, then you do not deserve his talent. Let him take his shit somewhere else. Y'all playing games.
If Gunther leaves WWE right now, you think Tony Khan won't call his ass? Man. You think Gato won't try to get him in New Japan?
Man,
you think he won't be able to charge top dollar on the indies if he felt like it?
Man. That's what chop somebody in New Japan and they flip 3 times off a chop excites me. You do not understand.
The point about this is WWE is there. If this is true, and there's a big if, we don't have any confirmation for sure. If this is true that they're doing this, there's a possibility that they could be in for a rude awakening. Honestly, this type of shit is why Jesse Ventura was right in trying to unionize the wrestling business 40 years ago. And Hulk Hogan will forever be a fucking hoe for negating that because he didn't want everybody making as much money as he did.
Racist hoe. Can't forget the racist part in there.
Right.
I don't give a damn that he did. The world is a better place without him in it. Fuck him.
I'm not gonna sit there and argue that point against you because I agree.
But yeah, like it's good that the wrestling industry has other places for people to go. And there's probably other businesses that have better ethical practices than whatever the fuck TKO is turning WWE into.
Yeah.
So for the New Day, for JC Mateo, JC Mateo was on the roster for 1 year. Jeff Cobb is a talented wrestler.
51 weeks, bruh. 51 weeks. He almost made it to it.
He debuted at Backlash last year. That was when, and he
was a full 4 weeks out. This one was 3 weeks.
He bailed on New Japan and caught a flight to St. Louis to be at Backlash last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's a bridge he burned. I don't know if he's going to go back there.
Somebody did make a post. They pointed out that the past few debuts that have taken place at Backlash, they end up being gone from the company the following year or within 2 years.
Tonga Loa debuted at Backlash the year before. I'm sorry, re-debuted.
Camacho.
My thing is this: they never used them right anyway.
I don't know.
The whole Bloodline 2.0 thing was alright, but
it was
as
garbage.
far as JC Mateo goes, they never used him right. Maybe for 3-4 weeks.
3-4 weeks.
JC Mateo.
He only had 4.
When JC Mateo debuted, I said he is not going to be successful in WWE because they don't know how to book his style of wrestling.
They don't
know how to book him.
He only had 4 singles matches, 2 of which were against Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, he only had a handful, and the ones that he
the rest of it was MFT bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, which I'm never calling them that, but whatever.
Yep, I agree with John.
Jeff Cobb deserved better.
if a main event talent
Yes.
gets approached by TKO,
Yes, Jeff Cobb deserves better.
asking for TKO's
Honestly,
number
all of the
I agree with that too.
Solo's group deserved better. Solo, I miss old Solo.
They are they bro. Mind you, they just finished this feud with the Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six got cleaned out. All of them. And then they cut half the
I hate that shit.
And then they cut half the
Half of
MFTs.
the MFTs.
Yes.
Mind you, SmackDown had a tag team division that had DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Fraxium, Los Garza, and y'all had the tag titles locked up in bullshit with the MFTs.
Yep.
And the Wyatt Six.
Yep.
And then you fire 70% of them.
Yes.
And then
After putting the belts on Priest and Truth. And
it makes
to be fair,
it makes you wonder what was even the fucking point.
To be fair, I'm not mad at Priest or Truth. I like them. I like them together. Them being the tag champs though, after 2 matches together,
When you have all them tag teams there,
yes,
bro, I know Motor City Machine Guns and the New Day.
Dude, I've been rooting for the Super Friends. Yes, I'm calling Fraxium the Super Friends.
Why are Fraxium not tag team champions?
Thank you. Thank you. Because they held the NXT tag belts down for over a year.
Fraxium took all them rookie ass teams in NXT and gave them high quality matches. Why was Fraxium versus Motor City Machine Guns never a pay-per-view match?
Hold on. Why was the follow-up tag team that took the belts, Hank and Tank from NXT? They would not have had quality matches if it wasn't for Fraxium.
No,
let's just call it what it is.
Hank and Tank won those NXT tag titles. That was the best I've ever
It was good. I remember I live streamed that, and I remember we agreed that it was good.
Right.
It was a standing deliver.
Fraxium made all of them look good, even GTA 6.5.
and then now what the fuck is it? Tonga Loa. Now Tonga Loa is gone. We didn't get Usos versus Gorillas of Destiny,
which was a missed opportunity.
Yes,
these are matches that could have made TKO money.
Yeah,
and now we're gone
because they don't care about tag team wrestling.
No, they don't.
Like,
and honestly, they haven't
beat you over. They beat you over the head with how much they don't give a fuck about tag team wrestling, and I'm over here like, bro, this can't be the same Triple H that booked Black and Gold NXT.
Right.
This can't be
right.
In my
because they gave a fuck about tag team wrestling over there. What the fuck happened over here?
And he hasn't been for a long time.
It's something where TKO is over here like, you got to cut the budget, and Triple H has to pick the names, and Hunter is probably picking people that he pays more money than what he actually does with them,
which is fair. I get that, and I understand that.
I get it. It's business.
It's business.
But if that's the case, why are you hiring these people if you're not going to do shit with them?
Yes.
If I'm over here hiring a wrestler, if I don't have a plan for what they're going to do with their booking for like the next 6 months, why are you hiring them?
Right.
I will say, I've been thinking about that for a while myself, and it goes back to what I think. Shout out to Ian Mullins and Barrington Hughes. Both of them said it best. It's damn near talent hoarding. Like, you don't want these guys to go elsewhere. You offer them money.
That's what they were doing in 2020.
Yes.
That's what they were doing in 2019. They were throwing all these fat ass contracts.
Yes.
They're throwing all these fat ass contracts to keep motherfuckers from going to AEW.
Yeah.
And then, once they're like, well, we gotta cut the budget because you spent too much money on wrestlers, a money that's like less than 10% of the company's entire net worth.
Right.
They didn't even spend 10% of the money that they earn on that fucking roster. Wrestlers are criminally underpaid, especially compared to other athletes.
Yes.
Like the NFL ain't putting,
especially considering the money that the IWC makes.
Yeah, the NFL ain't putting up with that bullshit. The NBA ain't putting up with that bullshit. Hell, MLB ain't putting up with that bullshit.
Hi. Kayla says hi, everyone.
Hi, Kayla Rose.
Hey, what's up, Kayla?
What's up, Kayla? I can't for the life of me, I've been trying to figure out what TKO may be attempting to do. Because 2026 has just been an awful year for WWE. Let's just keep it on.
Mm-hmm. Their product has been ice cold. It's boring. It's frustrating. It's monotonous. It makes you not want to get invested in anything because storylines will drag on for.
And it's been that way for a while. The entirety of 2026. Since before
storylines will
January
drag on
1st.
forever, and they won't pay them off.
This is the second year. The second year that the cuts alone. We know they're coming right after WrestleMania every year.
Right.
But this is the second year in a row that the cuts alone had me questioning whether I even wanted to continue watching WWE, because it's so fucking ridiculous, the people that they are cutting the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't care. All they care, TKO's MO is to make as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time that they can. Everything they're doing with the UFC is everything the UFC fans were telling us that they were going to do when Endeavor bought WWE in 2023. Because look at what the UFC has become
They
in the last,
us.
Look what the UFC has become in the last, 10 or 15 years since Endeavor took over. How homogenized and generic the product looks, and how often do you hear about an MMA fighter that's like a superstar, a megastar?
None.
The last one I heard of was probably they don't have it. The last one I probably heard of was Conor McGregor.
Yep.
Who since Conor McGregor has become like a crossover superstar in the media industry? They ain't got nobody from the UFC. Do they have anybody from WWE that's done something like that? No, not Roman Reigns. It ain't CM Punk. People who aren't wrestling fans don't give a fuck about who these people are. So it can't be that. They're not here to make stars. They're here to make money.
Yep.
And they don't care how they make money as long as they make more money. To them, they make more money off of TV contracts and all this other bullshit versus actually producing good wrestling that wrestling fans would want to pay for.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, Jonathan just now, he said that he told somebody outside of Nah that the reason that WWE was so bad with the rotation of talent was because WWE had tried to hoard talent, like y'all were just talking about just a couple years ago.
There's only so much space.
Both of them, companies are bad about doing this.
Yeah,
but
both
AEW will stuff their roster and then stick them on Ring of Honor.
Yes.
I think WWE has gotten worse than AEW in terms of
absolutely
hoarding the talent.
Yes, because they've been doing it longer. They've been doing it a lot longer.
And then they have all these programs. They got the NIL program. They got the WWE ID program, which basically gives them first dibs on the indies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We saw that. We've seen what happened with that. The first motherfucker they slapped with that label, what Zeta Steele did do when her contract came up, took her ass to AEW because she used that shit as an opportunity to make her some money, and good on her for doing it.
I don't know if y'all saw yesterday that Joseph and I were talking about Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner's son is now saying that he wants to join the WWE when he's done with football. And I think Joseph asked if he was in the NIL program, and I didn't know. But I happened to come across a video earlier today. He's playing for the New Orleans Saints. So he's still in the NFL. I don't know if he's on the active roster or what, but he's somehow still in the NFL. But this video was posted on WWE's socials. So I'm like, okay, you guys are already
you're already
to bring in this star from
y'all already scouting
because
him.
he's gonna bring money from the outside. He's gonna bring that anybody who liked him on the Saints may watch him in WWE. So y'all are already
Why do you think
that when you have superstars on your roster right now who you can help promote and bring them up to the next level? But clearly they're looking at where they're going to get the next dollar from.
And the reason is they don't want to do that because when the superstar becomes bigger than the brand, then the brand has to put up with the superstar. They need to keep the one thing they value more than money is control. When Vince got Austin and Rock. Austin and Rock became megastars, bigger than the brand itself. And when they got too big, Vince couldn't tell them to do whatever the fuck he wanted to. You know who he could tell to do whatever the fuck he wanted to? John Cena. Cena was the perfect little puppet for him. No matter what bullshit he gave Cena, Cena was like, "Yeah, I got it, boss. I'll do it. Whatever the fuck you ask."
Now
we got
Roman Reigns.
Sure,
it was Roman Reigns.
Yeah, now you got Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Now you're at the point where where there's no legit draw in wrestling. People don't go to a WWE show to go watch Roman Reigns wrestle. They go to WWE because it's WWE there.
Yep,
that's the brand. The brand is the draw. And the brand is what has control. These superstars, they stay in there because it's like, oh, well, you get to be in WWE. It's our dream to be in WWE and all that other good the jazz. Not because, you'll be a more famous wrestler or you'll be, a more wealthy wrestler. Yeah, but like it's the WWE brand and they convince people that they're the only game in town. That's not true. Yeah, AEW is out there and TNA is out there and these other companies out there, but nobody has more disposable income than WWE.
So I got a question for y'all, and this is just something I've kind of been thinking about this since Jacob challenged Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight title at Backlash, the initial challenge. So the stories have come out where people are saying that there's some type of rift between Triple H, what he's wanting to do with the product, and Roman Reigns being, I guess, more of a TKO guy than a WWE guy.
Because they're paying him.
Yeah. So Jacob challenging Roman Reigns for the title kind of came out of nowhere. Jacob's not even on Monday Night Raw. He's over on SmackDown. He just had a huge victory over Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania the week before. Now, do y'all think that Roman is, he has the star power to do so. I'm sure that he can make some type of decisions. Do y'all think that Roman Reigns made the decision that, okay, if I'm going to defend the title so soon, it's going to be against somebody from my family, and that he made that call? Or do y'all think that came from elsewhere? Just because it just came out of nowhere.
I could see it being a Roman call, honestly.
That's an interesting question.
It is an interesting question. I agree. I think it's a Roman call more so than
that's what
TKO or a Triple H call. Because let's be fair and honest. Who else on that roster was finna step up to him with everything that's going on Raw?
Right, because Oba would have been too soon. And
Oba would have been way too damn soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Who you're gonna throw at him? Gunther?
Gunther ain't gonna happen. Gunther and Roman is not gonna happen.
Right. So yeah, they didn't have anyone else. So Jacob,
they didn't have anyone else
person
on a high level like that. And Jacob is, let's be honest, on a high level. They just don't use him enough at a high level. And they should.
So let me ask this then. Is the main event men's division on Raw running into the issues that we had been talking about with SmackDown's women's division, where who are you going to put here? Now we have to go to the other show.
Yes.
And bring somebody over.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Because again, we just broke it down. Their top 5 guys are not about to face Roman right now.
You're not doing Seth versus Roman.
Right.
You're not doing Gunther versus Roman.
Right.
You're not. Do you really believe that Braun Breaker has a shot?
Not yet.
Now?
Not yet. No, not now.
Exactly. So CM Punk is gone, so you're not running that rematch. And even if you are, you're not going to run it at a B show like Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So like, if you're going to keep Roman on there full time, who do you throw at him? Okay, throw Jacob Fatu. He's a family member. He's over. He just won a big pay-per-view match at WrestleMania.
Right, and he has to keep that momentum going. So that's a perfect fit, to be honest. It is out of nowhere, but it makes sense.
And fuck the brand split. It don't mean shit.
Because they don't count the brand split. I don't even count that as I don't even call it the brand split no more.
It doesn't even matter anymore because they sent Gunther after Cody. They sent Gunther after Cody and then was like, Paul Heyman will explain it later. Okay, why is Paul Heyman on SmackDown?
Right, but also Jacob popped up on both shows. The Usos popped up on both shows.
Right.
Last I checked, the Usos are Raw. Exactly. None of it. So none of it. They pick and choose. Yeah, they pick and choose when they want to do these things, and half the time they don't make any fucking sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That whole signing exclusive contracts to Raw and SmackDown mean absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing, because it's convenient for y'all.
Exactly.
Yeah, and bringing the draft back is not gonna. Bringing the draft back is not going to help, because half the time the last 3 or 4 drafts they had was motherfuckers getting drafted to the same fucking show they're already on.
The draft anyway. Yeah. It's half the draft anyway. Like, well, then why are their names in the draft? If they're not going nowhere, why put their names in the draft?
Okay, so I got something else for y'all then. All right. So now we know that Roman is going to be gone for a majority of the month of June, which includes a Crown Jewel event over in Saudi.
He was advertised, but that was apparently an accident.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this was following Roman saying
This is
himself, though.
this
that he
shit
was
here is
that
probably to
whole
write him off.
time That
Again,
they're
I
gonna
said this
have to bring
before.
it back
I
because
said
they're gonna do Clash.
I said this because probably I said this when he won the Royal Rumble. I was like, if Roman wins that title and goes back to wrestling part time, what the fuck are we doing? You defeat
Right,
that's
because
the
this
whole
belt was
purpose of that.
created for a specific
The
purpose.
whole purpose of that championship was because of that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
okay, so WWE is about to fuck up again, like they've been known to do all year.
Right.
Because if Roman is going to be gone in June and you're doing a Saudi show, Roman is your moneymaker. He won't be there, whatever. So now I think you at least have to have the title there. So if you run back Jacob and Roman at Clash, I think Jacob needs to go over there. I think he needs to win the title.
Jacob wins the title.
Yes. And then I think Jacob needs to have the title. So that way, at least the title will be over there.
Be defended.
For Crown Jewel.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the issue I'm having with that, though, is if they end up announcing King of the Ring, I fully expect Obafemi to win and challenge for the title at SummerSlam. And the bigger win for Obafemi is going to be
Roman Reigns.
Yes.
So which won't work if Jacob Fatu has the title.
Unless they throw it as a triple threat match.
Nah, I wouldn't.
They haven't done good with those recently.
Not even that. Just the problem with a triple threat match is it's not about the match. The triple threat match is thrown in there because it's to protect somebody from a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's not a match you want to protect somebody from. Obafemi's first world title win shouldn't be beating Roman and Jacob in a triple threat. It should be beating Roman. It should be it should be asserting his dominance over Roman.
Right, exactly like Brock did at SummerSlam 02, beating The Rock for the WWE title. Oba absolutely has to do that.
Imagine if instead of that match they did Brock versus Rock versus Hogan.
Yeah, that would have been horrible.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now, okay, so I think it has potential to work if so they're gonna have to have Jacob from here on out, and we saw it last night. He just has to be unhinged, and anybody who's in the ring with him, he just has to destroy them, and then then we could get Oba beating him at SummerSlam, and it would still be a big deal. But the name value is still Roman. Oba gets solidified by beating Roman for his first World Heavyweight Championship. But I just don't see if Roman is still the champion by the time Crown Jewel comes around. Are they just gonna not have him or the championship appear on the show?
I could see them doing that dumb shit. I could see that happen.
He's gonna work Crown Jewel. He's gonna work Crown Jewel, but it won't. If he's champion, he's gonna be on the show. If he's not champion, he's not gonna be because what else reason would he?
Right.
So I don't see Jacob winning the championship from Roman. It would be nice to, but I don't see that happening. I think Roman is going to hold that belt until SummerSlam. Oba will win King of the Ring, and Oba will defeat Roman at SummerSlam. And then Oba will defeat whoever the fuck the WWE champion is at Crown Jewel to establish him as, a permanent main eventer. Will Oba walk into Mania next year as champion? I doubt it.
Yeah, doubt it, right.
Probably by the end of the year, that'll be it for him.
Now, Joe just asked a good question in the chat here. He said, does Roman tape segments for June, perhaps?
I mean, if they want to piss me the fuck off, then yeah.
I mean, that's all WWE does for us, man. Why are you fronting? Don't embrace it.
That Rock 2011 bullshit.
Yeah,
I bring it via satellite.
Oh boy.
Yeah, some shit that was taped 3 months prior.
Right,
yeah.
Man.
Oh god.
Yeah, they're gonna tape his segments. If he's gonna be gone, they're gonna tape his segments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Like I said, the product at this point, you got to be a wrestling fan to put up with this because not even just because you think it's good or whatever, but because you want to find out what's happening next.
Yeah.
As a wrestling fan, the one thing we can't stand is we don't want to be out the loop. We want to know what's going on, even if we don't like what's going on. And 90% of the time with WWE, you don't like what's going on, but you'd hate it even more if you didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
you're right.
It's a masochistic loop.
It's hard. It's as a fan of, I don't watch every pro wrestling promotion that they have out there. But I do watch the 3 major ones that we have here in North America: WWE, AEW, and TNA. And I've been a fan of WWE since I've been 5 years old. And I've had my moments where I had to give it a break. I stopped watching in 2019, 2020-ish, somewhere around there.
Oh, you was doing good with that time.
I stopped watching around there. I stopped watching just after the invasion stuff that went on. Until Goldberg came back. That's when I started watching again. And I feel myself getting to that point where it's not going to be high on my priority list to watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, where I can just either catch up with y'all in the chat to see what happened, or
check out a highlight reel on YouTube.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got a friend that don't watch it. He just watches highlights.
Yeah,
because who wants to? Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, to your point, T. I got friends who do the same thing. My boy Christian just checks the main shows and then checks highlight reels for the PLEs.
I mean, most people that produce podcasts or content creators, they have to watch everything because they need to know everything. If you're going to be, in that space, you need to know what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
So regardless of how shitty it is, you're going to sit in there and be like, all right, well, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It sucks.
It's becoming more on a weekly basis.
It's becoming harder to watch.
And I'm only speaking
like it
for
need to
me.
be said.
But like Remy just said, it's becoming harder for me to watch. And even when I am watching, I'll end up doing something else because I'm getting so bored.
Look here,
Like,
I'm only here
absolutely.
I'm only here because my daughter dragged me back into wrestling, kicking and screaming. So don't look at me.
Well, like, bro, a year ago, I was writing reviews almost daily on WWE, TNA, AEW programming. And I would be seated at my TV, laser focused on what I'm watching, so I can be as detailed as possible as to what I'm seeing and what I'm and my thoughts on it. And y'all saw a good chunk of those reviews and everything. I stopped doing that after a while because A, I was burnt out from it, and B, the product wasn't interesting enough for me to push past that burnout.
Yeah.
If the product was still more interesting, I would have still been locking in. Unfortunately, nobody's had my interest since then. Now, I admit that TNA and AEW are better than WWE is right now, but my interest in wrestling as a whole just isn't as strong as it was about a year or two ago.
And the hardest, I think TNA is still, I think I said this last week, TNA is still my favorite to watch just all around. With AEW, I enjoy watching Dynamite. Collision, I struggle to watch. But there are certain things within their storylines that if you miss it on Collision, you're not going to know what's going on Dynamite.
You're not going to know what's going on Dynamite. So it makes you have to it. For the bad part about that is great. Now I got to watch Collision. The good part about it is it gives you a reason to watch Collision. You just got to, pay attention to that 5-minute segment and ignore the other hour and some change of wrestling that ultimately doesn't matter. You're just getting admittedly great matches, but there's more to wrestling than just having great in-ring action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly.
And look, I like what JK just said in the comments. He said, speaking of content creators, would it be a good time for some of the WWE content creators to pivot elsewhere, maybe the indies? Which I'm not against that, because
they're not going to get
WWE is starting to strike a lot of the they're striking a lot of the reaction videos.
Yeah, I was just
they've gone after a lot of other WWE creators that have used clips.
Mind you, this is the same WWE that would post content creators reaction videos whenever they had a big viral moment.
They have all been saying that. But they're saying
I can't use your content. And the reason why is it's okay when we're controlling the narrative and y'all are glazing us and y'all are telling us we're the greatest thing ever. But when you're talking negatively and telling everybody how bullshit we are, no, we don't like that.
Yep.
It's control and fragile fucking egos.
Right.
When you over here up the company's ass and thinking they're doing everything right.
It's to the point where these creators have had to pull their whole backlog of videos down that use anything related to WWE.
I know footage. Con Man just had to. I know that guy did. I think a few other Santis have.
Some people lost their entire
their
TikTok
channels
accounts and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've killed TikTok accounts because of it. I'm like,
Joe hit it on the money. That one major angle is needed to keep you hooked throughout the show. The entire show can be built around it. Same way with the OG Bloodline a couple years ago. Like SmackDown used to be the great wrestling show to watch on television. Even if you didn't give a fuck about what's happening on 90% of the show, you still had the Bloodline.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you don't have that. After Cody finished the story, that program has not been the same since.
The one good thing that I will say about how bad WWE has been this year is that it's left me wanting to find something that I can actually enjoy that is still professional wrestling. And I ended up finding APC Catch, which I was telling y'all about, that independent program over in France. And I ended up finding a lot of wrestlers that I really like. Ricky Sosa, who is now with TNA, I first saw him over there after Vitia told me about him. And I'm getting to see a lot of older familiar faces in, I don't know if you guys have heard of WXM. It's getting pretty popular over there in India, but I'm starting to see like Killian Dane. I haven't seen him in a while. Who's the other guy that was Insanity with him and Eric Young?
Alexander Wolf.
Right?
Alexander Wolf. He's over there now. Jinder Mahal is over there, and they're all doing really well. And I'm seeing a mixture of those guys and some of the people who I saw initially with the APC Catch. They're there now also, so I'm getting to see them face each other.
Up and comers.
And they have a lot of good storylines. So when I found them, I actually binge watched a few weeks of their stuff, and it's damn good. And I was like, you know what? I can watch this when WWE pisses me off.
That's why the indies are important. Who are you? Yeah. Your next generation, your next crop of big wrestlers your next wave is not going to come from the NIL program. It's not all going to come from LFG.
You can't always create your next star from homegrown. You have to look elsewhere. You can't just focus on your own stuff. The independent scene exists for a reason. A lot of guys who are on, top of the world in wrestling now, they made it through the independent scene. The Seth Rollins, the CM Punks, the Bryan Danielsons, the Will Ospreys, the Kenny Omegas, all those types of guys. They would not be where they are if they didn't grind it up through the indies. Now, some people just have it, and the company loves you so much that they refuse to let you fail, like somebody like Roman Reigns or Logan Paul. And it's cool to have those on there, but you have to have other ways to succeed. That way does not work for everybody. Everybody's not going to look like those guys. They're not going to perform like those guys. You need variety. So,
and that's the thing that it almost reminds me of, like Unc Dave and Ian and a few of them in the Ad My Chat mentioned that there's so much that WWE still tries hard to create people from the Performance Center and all these athletes and stuff versus the indies. And while sure we get the sentiment of WWE trying to create new stars through their system, there's still much positive to trying to get people from the indies. Like, it doesn't have to be one way or the other. And I think WWE, even though Vince ain't around, it still seems like they still have his logic of, okay, we can get predominantly new stars if we build them up versus getting them from the indies. Seems like that's still the case.
I agree with Bryce there, because the WWE is they're turning to the football fields and the gymnastics places. That's where they're pulling all of these stars from. But let's look at Lizzie Rain for a second, who debuted on NXT.
Wrestling Pat Benatar.
Lizzie Rain has a huge following from the indies. And when she got signed to NXT, there was a flock of people that wanted to see her debut on NXT.
There was buzz.
It helped draw your viewers because she was big in I think Progress is where she was really big at. And people wanted to tune in to see her. But if you're signing somebody, we can't use Scott Steiner's son as an example because we know Scott Steiner. People are going to want to see that anyway. But if you sign somebody who wasn't able to make it in the NFL, but you know that they're a big time football star and you sign them, we don't know who this guy is. I don't even know all the players on my favorite football team. And you're just signing people just because they used to play football at this point. And you think they'll be a crossover star.
They're signing them with an athletic background and then trying to convince them that they're like a lot of those young people don't give a fuck about wrestling. They're fresh out of college. They need a job. And they're finding a place that says, we will train you to do this job, but we're going to pay you a lot of money to do it, which is probably a lot more than they were making before.
Yeah.
So they go in there, and then you have people that are just sitting there coasting, enjoying their paycheck, and don't really give a fuck about wrestling. The ones who last longer are the people who actually care about wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Remy, that Pat Benatar line, that was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, if you go look at a picture of Pat Benatar and you tell me she don't look like her, you lying or you need glasses.
Oh, love is a battlefield.
Man, love is a wrestling ring. You got to rewrite the song. Love is a wrestling ring. We are young.
I mean,
Remy said, we are young.
To her benefit, remember her uncle was the drummer for Iron Maiden, so she got some street cred in that regard.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, it's all right. I'm learning how to play guitar. I'm next.
Hey.
I'm hollering. But yeah, so at the end of the day, we watch out of habit and we hope it gets better. That's all you really can do, and that's the only justification you have for putting up with a lot of the nonsense that we do on an almost daily basis.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we got.
Kayla Rose has a question, y'all.
What is the question?
What's your question, Kayla?
The developmental weeds out those who want and those who don't. Facts. Okay, she's got a question. It's about NXT.
Oh, NXT. Okay.
Okay, come on.
Yeah.
I need some new headphones. These are hurting my ears, y'all.
Oh shit. Okay, that's why you took them off earlier. Because I was like, oh wow, was it something I said?
No.
You was slamming the motherfuckers. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was wondering too.
Nah, because it takes the pressure off. It's like it pushes down too hard on my ear.
Okay, so who's our favorite since Ethan and the few of them went to the main roster? Oh, okay. In NXT, right now Lizzie Rain looks great. Tony D'Angelo is doing his thing.
Yes.
Tatum Paxley has been cooking for probably the last year or so.
Yes.
Hey, my boy Mason Rook. Will Cruz.
Mason Rook has had people. Mason Rook has had people talking. Yeah. He definitely has had people talking.
Hell yeah.
Miles Bourne is out here doing his thing. I mean, yeah, I'm mad because he gets to sleep in a bed next to Stephanie Verker, but
I mean, we all want to fight him over that, so I'm cool.
Hey, what is the good French for? You see this thing? I'm cool.
He's doing great.
You ain't never cool. When Stephanie Verker is involved, your wife want to fight him for that. Stop playing with me.
Now that she's no longer overshadowed by Sol Ruka, I like that Zaria's finally getting her time to shine.
Yes, thank God that finally they broke that up.
Lord.
Let Zaria be Zaria, not sidekicking. Oh my God.
Shiloh Hill is
who had to win me over.
Shiloh Hill, little Joker. Man, I kind of like
growing on me.
Yeah, Shiloh Hill growing on me. Jackson Drake, like you said, Mike, like.
Jackson Drake, okay, absolutely, Jackson Drake.
He's growing on me.
Who is the dude who looked like Obafemi at home?
Keanu
Carver.
Oh, I don't like him.
Fuck that motherfucker. I don't like him.
Mister, you got a wide mouth. I can't stand him.
I like Super Sean Legacy.
Hey, yes.
Super Sean Legacy is great.
Yes. I think Mike D.
I like that Takeshi Morishima comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the good thing about NXT right now is they're reshuffling the ranks. They're bringing the people from AAA, some people from TNA, some people from LFG, some people from Evolve. It's giving a new opportunity, and that's what NXT needs to be about.
I just wish they would stop saying it's sharks in the water. We get it.
Yeah, but not
Joe metaphor. Jesus.
Joe talking about some damn Jasper Troy. Hell no.
No.
Evolve and NXT, they're going heavily into the European indies right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, WWE essentially killed the European indie scene when they formed NXT UK.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say.
I do like with Evolve that Wendy Chu has finally gotten to to actually shine and not be a sleepy character.
Yes.
Because Karen Q has been a fantastic wrestler for several years, and it's crazy how they're just now actually doing something decent with her.
I mean,
I was hoping Kylie Ray would make it up there, but I think I don't remember if she had gotten pregnant or she had something going on, but there's always something that stops her from staying anywhere
I think that's what it was.
for too long.
Probably the pregnancy, if I'm not mistaken.
She said, "Do we all hate Keanu Carver?"
Yes.
Personally,
Yeah.
I don't care for the guy. I feel like okay. So Kylie Ray is pregnant. Okay, cool. I feel like Keanu Carver is trying too hard to play this character that
he's
I
trying
don't
to be
believe
over
is really
Junior
him.
so freaking bad.
He reminds me more of he's trying to be Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
because I got that interview he had the other day was fucking awful. He's like, I got to defend my family. I got to defend my family. I'm fighting my family. I'm like,
you don't look like it,
bro.
You don't sound like it.
Calm the fuck down. Like,
you got to feed them wide mouths, Mr. Wide Mouth.
Jacob Fatu is literally telling the same story,
right?
But better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she hates the Vanity Project. They're growing on me, okay?
Look here.
Like,
look here.
I did not think much of it.
Right. I don't know what you mean.
I didn't like them.
Yeah, she hates the Vanity Project.
I did not think much of them, especially when I was the first few weeks when I was watching Evolve. I didn't think much of them, but then I would watch Jackson Drake and some of these matches he was having. I was like, holy shit, this kid's got something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right.
No, Jackson Drake is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm still not fully sold on his other.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Swipe Right.
But
they're the tag team champions.
He's good.
I'm mad at that name.
And then
is that their name? Swipe Right.
That was originally their name. So they were a tag team called Swipe Right, and then they joined the Vanity Project when they hooked up and Evolve.
Huh.
Oh, Callie Armstrong.
So
thank you.
Callie Armstrong is making her way up there. Kendall Gray.
Yes, Kendall Gray.
Kendall Gray is Kendall Gray is going to be a fucking superstar, bro. She is
Kendall
amazing.
Angle. I love seeing her in the ring, man. She's so good.
Absolutely. Of course, the women's champion Lola Vice, finally getting her flowers, out here.
Hell yeah.
Out here doing amazing things. We cannot forget Miss Parker, Miss Jada Parker. If I was Jay Uso, I ain't arguing a single allegation.
I hope they don't ruin her by putting her with Natty, because they are not playing the whole Natty Bloodsport persona correct.
Maybe so, but if Jada is out there training in Natty's dungeon, that says something.
Yeah, but they gotta use it. I mean, Maxine Dupree trained in the dungeon, and look where that got her.
I mean, I've said before that Jada Parker has the character down. It's just her in-ring skill is not up to par.
Right.
And although she is absolutely gorgeous, those qualities together, she's not as much of a notable star to get away with that like Jade Cargill is.
Exactly.
All right, fellas. I have to jump off personally. I'm gonna still be in the chat. I'm gonna be watching and everything. But
we're pretty much about done.
Well, we're pretty much about done now.
Yeah, I think we on the tail end.
Oh, Theory sucks. There, I said it. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was just reading the chat.
We're done. We're done.
I was just reading the chat a little bit, and what was it? Kayla was saying, what you be calling Callie Remy, and I told her, I was like, nah, Vitia already got on you about calling her Bianca Jr.
I'm gonna call her Bianca Jr. Samo. I'm being nice.
God.
I'm gonna call her Bianca Jr. Samo. Y'all can get on. Listen here. Y'all been hanging around with me for what, 4 or 5 years now? If you ain't used to how I act, that's a problem that you gotta solve, because I'm not switching up. I am not code switching.
Kayla Rose, get your daddy.
I have been on this chair for longer than y'all know me. Y'all took me in. That was y'all fault.
That's true. I did personally take you in. Me and Nick did. So
you invited me in. I'm the vampire here. You invited me in the house. No,
that's true.
And
I was minding my business.
They did that to me too.
All right,
tell him, Mike. They brought us up in here. Don't get mad because we wilding. Don't get mad because we hanging from the chandelier.
Does anybody else have anything to go with?
Let's see.
Theory sucks and Roman was exposed. I'm done.
Let's see. I'm just gonna read one last thing in the chat here. Looks like Jonathan said, I saw Swipe Right on the Indies. They are a team that you want to see get beat up, work, and shoot. Jack and Drake can go in the ring. Drake was a big deal down here in the South.
I agree with that. They're pretty boys. You always want to watch a pretty boy get his ass whooped.
Yeah.
It's like Kevin Owens when he told who did he tell? I just want to punch you guys in the face. I bet I could do it both.
Theory and Waller. It was the best punch ever because he did it.
I bet you I can put you both with one hit.
Yup, he did it.
Yeah,
that was beautiful. Whoever choreographed that.
Jamie, did you see it?
He said, "I told you I could do it. I told you I could."
Man, that's one reason why I miss Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I hope he can get back in the ring.
Kevin Owens tonight on LFG.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, I'm glad he's on LFG and getting to do something while he's, injured, figuring out if he can come back, because that dude is definitely...
He's actually a good coach from what I've
seen. Yeah, he is.
I believe it. I mean, somebody with he's got 25 years of experience.
Yeah. I've been seeing him in the ring, man, and just doing promos. Like, he is definitely missed on SmackDown especially, but between both rosters, that is a dude who hopefully can come back.
Yeah.
All right, Wiseman, go ahead and take us away.
All right. Appreciate y'all stopping in the first ever Bad Boys live stream, episode 10 in the books. Appreciate y'all coming in, chatting with us. As Kayla Rose said, shout out to the black people on LFG, especially. Big time for sure. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming in for the first live stream. Make sure if you're not already, subscribe to us here on YouTube. This is going to be on Spotify probably later this evening. We're a lively bunch. Get at us on Facebook, all shapes and forms, all that stuff. But we appreciate y'all so much, man. Shout out to the homie Mike B being in here, the crew, Thornton Talks Wrestling, bro, Unc Remy. Appreciate you guys immensely, and everyone who chimed in, came in. We appreciate y'all even more.
Bryce, why am I just now noticing that Thornton's name says wannabe wrestling analyst and Gunner Degenerate?
I saw that and I didn't want to say nothing. I'm like, nah. No.
I saw it when he came in and I was like,
whole time?
Yeah, the whole time. I noticed it and I was like, hey, that works for me, bro. Like,
I just kind of looked and I was like,
that's all right. That's all right. Mine gonna say grumpy old man next time.
Oh my God. I was wondering when somebody was gonna notice.
Oh no, I noticed.
We noticed.
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, all right, that checks out. I like it.
Oh my God.
I happened to look and I was like, wait, what does that say? Like, hold on.
Lord.
Man, came in with that Joe G attention span and shit.
Oh, this was a whole lot of fun.
Oh man. See, this is why y'all gotta catch us live, man. Well, again, we a lively bunch, especially when it's live and not pre-recorded. Man,
yeah.
But all right, y'all, we gonna get up on out of here. This is me with the boys from the Bad Boys Podcast. We signing out, y'all. Peace out, y'all. Peace.